Hello everybody! Welcome to Cyber Samurai Saturday, where we play Legend of the Five Rings. We are in the middle of an adventure called In the Palace of the Emerald Champion. And today we're going to introduce all of our players at the same time. At the count of three, everybody say your name and who you're playing. 3, 2, 1. Corey, I'm the Game Master.
Komakage.
We got it. Everybody now knows who we are. So what happened last game is you made it to the Palace of the Emerald Champion. You're here. Mm-hmm. You met your clan. You met the people who are in charge of basically your liaison to the clan. And then you met the Ruby Champion, who gave you a secret mission that you're not supposed to tell anybody. You're to investigate the death of the Emerald Champion, Doji Satsume. You've gotten very little clues so far. But you're supposed to go check out his room and his office. You know that he fell down some steps and died. It was ruled, there was an initial investigation that ruled it to be an accident. But some people are not so concerned, and the Ruby Champion is one of them. That's why you're to do this secretly.
And that's why I'll make sure to maybe take a little more seriously the vow of silence and let everyone else help me.
What vow of silence? You mean the one you're gonna let everyone think you took?
It's like, because I tend to talk myself into corners.
Maybe you should take one.
I just happen to be checking the spells as I'm going through my my book, and I head up on Kiho, the Great Silence.
Someone needs to use that on Tatsuo.
It's like, coincidence? I think not.
So everybody is up here in the Ruby Champion's estate, but you are dismissed down to the audience chamber.
The fancy room.
Yes.
The room of the fancy.
You see in there Kitsuki Kage talking to his assistant, Kitsuki Tomo. After he's done talking, they bow and his assistant walks away. And Kage walks back up. Well, I hope you had a good discussion with Lady Agasha Sumiko.
It was illuminating as always.
You know, you have your assignment here. You are going to start training in the morning.
Yes.
Of course.
Do you need anybody to escort you back to your rooms, or do you know the way?
Would you mind providing someone who we might speak to about getting an understanding about the layout of the castle? That way we might familiarize ourselves with where we can and cannot proceed.
All right. Certainly, of course. This is my assistant, Kitsuki Tomo. He can show you around the estate.
Excellent. Thank you kindly, Kitsuki-sama. It's very appreciated.
Okay. So we'll go to the map, and I'll point out some different spots to you guys.
Getting the tour.
Right now,
Zoom out.
up here is the estate of the Ruby Champion. That's where you were.
Yep.
And then you were led down here to the audience hall. Next to that, over this direction, is the Room of Law. Over here are the barracks, where soldiers sleep. Of course, that's what barracks do. This is the Garden of Verdant Serenity.
Ooh, I gotta walk.
It looks nice though.
You guys know this is the
Not a lot of
visiting.
plants.
This is the visiting magistrate's quarters. This is where your rooms are. Over here's the Ruby Dojo.
Ooh.
Is that where the Kitsu is?
Yes, I believe so. Hold on, let me.
I didn't know what you just mentioned dojo.
Oh, that's the training dojo. Yeah, I believe so. I don't see anything else that's called the. Yeah, that's where she is.
Okay, cool. So she's right next to us. I can get to her really quickly.
This is the dignitaries' quarters, where all of your.
Where all of our liaisons live?
Yeah, that's where they live. Of course, down here is the main gate where you came in, and the entrance hall. Over here is the room of questioning.
I love it.
Right next to the gate where people come in.
And,
Yes, the room of
This way, please. All right, I have questions to ask.
yeah.
is where strangers and unexpected visitors are properly identified and questioned upon arrival.
Makes sense for a legal castle.
So if they don't know you, you go to the room of questioning. This is the courtyard of punishment.
It sounds both good and bad at the same time.
A
This
private,
is where we test our katana.
the private space reserved for executions and ceremonial suicides.
Yeah, where we test our katana. And wakizashi, I guess.
This is the court of judgment.
Conveniently located next to the courtyard of punishment.
Yes. The court of judgment is an outdoor courtroom located in a thickly walled, austere stone courtyard. It is where justice is met out.
Somebody else was staying there. I don't remember who, but
This is granary and storage. So,
the entire map just disappeared on me.
well, it didn't disappear on
Reload!
me. Reload it for yourself.
Reload.
This is the dining hall. This is where you eat. Whoop, sorry. Above that is the library, which is a good resource for everybody.
Yep.
Library, that's where I'm going to be hanging out all the time. Yay!
Oh, I'm sorry. You're lying. The Kitsu doesn't hang out here in the Ruby Dojo. This is the training dojo here.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
That's where she is.
So she's way far away from me.
Yeah, this is the training
That's
dojo.
okay. It's close to the library where I'll be spending most
Above
of
that is the conference hall. Conference hall is... Oh, here it is. Spaces for larger private meetings that do not require public audiences. Over here is the kitchen. So I'm gonna move. We're gonna go up this tower now. Up towards the top of the tower, here is the private dining hall. Then the Emerald Archives.
Ooh.
And then the Emerald Champions Room.
Way
Is those the
at
stairs that he died on?
Yep, those are the stairs right there.
the highest floor of the tallest tower.
Coming back down a little, over here is the audience room. Here's this family's quarters.
Is that where the champion stays?
No, the champion stays here. That's the Ruby Champion. This is the Emerald Champion.
No. I'm talking about the Crane Clan champion.
Oh, yes. When Hotaru... his family consists of 2 daughters and a son. Hotaru, which is the Crane Clan champion. Shizue and Kuwanin.
Oh,
That's his son.
I bet he hangs out at the dojo a lot.
They are not here. They are not here, but when they visit, they stay here. When they visit.
Quanin would be cool for me to meet because he likes Lion Clan people.
Over here are the servants' quarters.
Okay.
Probably the only Crane who likes Lion people.
Down here are the holding cells.
Okay.
For the criminals.
Yes. This is the hennery. And this is granary and storage again down here.
Is this area down here the secret toilet?
Yes.
The escape toilet?
Deep
It's
within
It's
the-
granary and storage.
Anytime the Emerald Champion needs like super privacy, he just like jumps down over there and runs in.
So you can poop in peace.
So
There's a little secret tunnel here, it looks like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like to
yeah.
me, like a secret little cliff.
Maybe
that is
that
not
has some
part of the
military-
tour. That is not part of the tour at all.
Ah.
So, like,
So you have to find it on your own somehow.
yeah.
Peek out the windows like, what's that?
So basically, he brings you back into the Garden of the Verdant Serenity. He does have a map, and he kind of points out all the places to you. He says, if you need to go anywhere in particular, I will take you there. But he does show you the barracks and the dining hall and the training dojo. He doesn't take you, like, up into the tower or anything like that.
Do we have free reign of the locations that he disclosed to us? At
Yes.
least the ones that aren't in that Emerald Champion Tower?
You can go anywhere, like, you have free reign of the palace. This is your home now for the next, if you make it to be a magistrate forever. And, as you know, Sumiko has told you to investigate the Emerald Champion's room. So, she expects you to go up there.
Excellent. Excellent.
Though, you're not supposed to tell anybody, she told you to do that.
I didn't know if we were supposed to, like, sneak our way in there or if we had free reign to, like, walk the grounds.
Yeah, you have free reign to walk the
We
grounds. You
can
can go
walk
wherever you want.
around.
If someone stops
Well, if you need to drop off the letter.
Yeah, not gonna happen again because last time that was risky, kind of.
That was one hell of a faux pas.
kind of bit me in the ass, even though I wasn't the one to deliver any messages.
Oh, here's one place I forgot to disclose. That's the armory.
That's where my person hangs out.
So, where are you headed, guys?
I think our first stop should be to see So.
So you're in the Garden of Verdant Serenity, occupying the main decorative courtyard. The Garden of Verdant Serenity comes complete with a koi pond and a stream that flows from a spring deep within the hill. The garden features trees, shrubs, and flowers represented of various regions of Rokugan.
Ooh,
And it's lovely.
it's like a botanical garden.
So,
Yeah.
So was the other servant of the Emerald Champion? Is that right?
Yes.
Yes. He was his,
Okay,
like,
so
room servant.
if you want to go and question him, I'm all for it.
He kept his room
Maybe-
clean and, like, his bedpan and all that kind of stuff. That's what this
Maybe
is.
we
Yeah.
should discuss what we want to talk with him about ahead of time before we go and question him.
Good
And
plan.
if that's the case, perhaps we should find somewhere private to talk.
There probably aren't very many people up there.
In the servant quarters?
Or the
In the-
champion power?
He's staying in Doji Setsume's quarters.
Oh. Well, I
Right?
simply feel like we should speak about what our plan of action is before we go in.
Well, I now now I have a question for the DM. Like, is anyone like kind of listening in, or are we just like kind of like sort of like huddling or like making passive notes to ourselves with no one really listening?
Yeah, like is our guide themselves.
Did you tell
listening.
Did you tell Tomo to go to that you're fine now and that he
Yeah,
can leave? Yeah,
basically.
okay, then
Oh, yeah, I thought we were done and our tour guide was gone.
okay.
Yeah,
Certainly.
All
Then the
right,
only
so
other person
we have
here-
the space.
Then the only other person here is Shiba Sona, who is meditating in the garden.
Ah, yes, the scary guy.
Well,
Hmm,
let's find a
okay.
quiet corner to chat.
Mhm.
Either
We
that
can- It's one of those conference rooms.
this is a garden. It's pretty large.
So, yeah, anywhere that's not too close to
Yeah.
Shiba Sono.
Or anyone else.
You know.
Mm-hmm. So if we do find a nice little quiet spot, I will probably bring up the fact that I am interested in learning a little more about the other servant, Ko. Was it?
So,
From Ryu, and see what Ryu has to say about it.
I will, if you say that, I will bring up the fact that I don't really trust Ryu anymore.
Oh.
Do you think we should go to the conference room that was mentioned earlier? It's a I don't know how private that would be, but
I mean, we can speak here as long as we keep ourselves
just keep it down,
and observant.
Mm-hmm.
I just have like nervous glances over towards.
Don't draw attention to yourself. Personally, I think speaking with So may elucidate some information, but if he is the servant of the Emerald Champion, he has probably learned some skill with grace and etiquette, and would probably be pretty hesitant to give up any meaningful information.
I wouldn't know what to say to get any information.
Which is why I suggested we speak about the subject before we go in and speak with him.
Mm-hmm.
I know full well that servants often pick up the traits of their masters. Sometimes even improving on their master's techniques.
Well, can we even rule out the factor of any of the people that are going to be talking to even being a part of said incident?
A part of what?
Part of the said incident?
I would not rule out that anyone could be involved, though I'm sure that many of the samurai here are quite honorable. I do not suspect that all of them were
privy,
were conniving enough to take part in such an action or to contribute to any malfeasance that occurred. But that being said, I am not well versed in all of the individuals inside of the castle, so anyone technically could have been involved, save for perhaps those who were not present at the time.
Yes.
But if the Scorpion, I'll say this, if Tanjin's lies have taught me anything, it is that no one should be above reproach. By the way, Tanjin is a very well-known Scorpion who wrote a testimony, or like a treatise, on how to get away with murder, basically. How samurai can manipulate the system and lie to each other and politic and connive against one another, and the whole political treatise on politics, Rokugani politics. So, if that is the case, I would like to make sure that any investigations we have do not tip our hands or are so heavy-handed as to blatantly describe what we are actually looking for.
So we have to go this.
That is just my humble opinion.
So, from what I'm getting, we have to do this in almost a roundabout way. Well, we're not.
Oh, most certainly, we will have to investigate around the edges in order not to rouse suspicion from anybody who might be involved, including.
Well, yes. We're not supposed to make it known that there's an investigation going on, but how likely is anyone to think that we're taking part in an investigation, no matter what we ask?
Prying eyes and leading questions will give off quite the impression.
Basically,
to those who are...
We may simply be insensitive and curious.
Perhaps one as such as you can get away with such a representation of their demeanor, but one such as I, who has been known to have gone to the Ikoma courts for quite some time, may not be given such a...
Tarek, are you looking for ideas for excuses from the fellow players?
Basically, yeah.
Can you, if you need some, I can give you some, but you'll need a roll for them.
Sure. Do you want me to do like a culture roll or
Yeah,
courtesy?
that culture sounds great. Like a culture air roll.
Okay. Culture air.
Depending on the number of successes or opportunities, depends on the number of excuses that I will give you.
Excuses?
I wish I could use my courtesy. I got a rank 2 on that.
You could.
Yeah, I have 2 in courtesy as well, but it's not really a courtesy thing as much as I agree that it's kind of a culture thing.
It's culture.
Yeah,
definitely.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
I can't even see it yet. Oh, okay.
Success and strife, success and opportunity.
So I'll gain some strife on this, or one strife on this, but I will take both successes.
Okay. So here are 2 success excuses I can give you. The first is that you have followed Satsume's career for a long time and seek to learn more of how it ended. The second one is that you are conducting questioning as part of practicing to become an Emerald Magistrate.
Okay.
I like that it's only 2 because that gives me a consistent line of questioning and a consistent reasoning behind it.
I have a whole slew of them, actually. I just picked 2 at random.
Can you give me the second one more time?
That you are conducting questioning as part of your practice to become an Emerald Magistrate.
Uh-huh.
Let's pretend we don't know what happened.
But of course, Crystal's idea, Nozomi's idea, is also perfect for her.
Exactly.
And maybe
I thought that
Togashi
immediately
as
when she
well.
said it. I was like, that would be great for a crab. a lion interrogating people about a crane's death will probably come off as very, very rude.
I'll be like,
or it could be that you're trying to count coup because the lion and crane have wars and skirmishes.
Exactly. We are not in a good position right now with each other. Even though I've shown all kinds of love toward the Crane clan in some very physical ways.
Where are you going next? What? Okay, I'm sorry I interrupted the conversation, but we can get back to the roleplay now.
I'll tell the rest of the crew. Well, I have a few ideas on how we can perhaps cover our tracks should anybody get curious about our investigation or about our queries. That being said, it would probably be best not to travel as a
Group.
to investigate any individual suspect, as that may draw more attention than it is worth. That being said, if any 2 of us want to go around around the area and speak to anybody, it would make it less noticeable, and also would allow us to circle back and reinterrogate them from a different angle with another person, should we find interest in any particular individual.
I think we should just go about it carefully, because if we end up all interrogating the same person about the same issue, that they're going to start getting suspect.
I agree, which is why I suggest that maybe 1 or 2 should go and investigate any given individual. So if any of you would like to go and investigate or discuss what happened with perhaps a couple of others might be able to go and investigate the scene of the incident, see if we can glean anything extra.
well, it is all in that same area.
Agreed.
There's his room, his office, and so is his room servant. So he would be there as well.
Yes. So, I think we might as well just all go together.
I agree. We can go together in this case, but later
Maybe
down
take
the road,
divergent paths and then like meet at like one area.
I don't think that would be necessary, especially in this case where we're going to go and investigate a scene. I mean,
But not make it obvious that we're investigating a scene.
I mean,
Well,
would
then
you
again,
not
like
be
you-
curious as a new recruit to the Emerald Magistrates what would have happened to the champion before you?
Yeah,
True.
something like that. So we can rely on that excuse
Yeah.
At least for now.
and feign ignorance, but we're gonna have to become a little more discreet, like as time goes on.
I like to find myself to be very discreet. My name means shadow, after all.
And like, if we feel that we've gathered enough information, where do you think we should reconvene, or like
Nowhere
meet
outside
up to
of our own rooms or a private quarter.
All right.
Do you have any information or any hunches that you'd like to bring up? I suggest you wait until we're somewhere private in order to do so.
Okay, I can agree with that.
That goes for all of us.
Yes. Agreed.
No. Let us not draw more attention to ourselves like we have in the past, as my character will look at Tatsuo for a second.
Well, perhaps one or two of us can ask questions and the others can check the area.
I think that is a fine idea, Ida-san.
I think I'll lean more towards investigation as opposed to questioning. I've never been pretty good at questioning with people, so.
Neither am I.
Or perhaps you and Tatsuo should join forces in your investigations, and me and Nozomi-san will lightly question So.
Okay.
I will try not to annoy him.
I'm sure he'll find your company captivating.
I couldn't even imagine how you would do that.
Roll a sincerity. Just joking.
So y'all are heading up there?
Yes.
I want to show you. There's one thing I forgot to show you on the map, and that's back here. This place is the stables.
Okay.
They point in the opposite direction. So
if we need to get away,
there are your horses.
Except then we would have to ride through the entire town.
well, as long as they're not on horseback, we should be fine. Just run them over.
Stealing horses, everybody would be after us.
So you guys make your way up the tower, through different rooms, and up to the very tippy top.
Tippy top.
Was there anything
top.
that like probably caught our eye while we were like, you know, kind of just going up there? Like anyone
Located-
making sideways glances or
Well,
like
we do have like a set value for our like vigilance. Maybe that could be a good gauge if anything caught our eye.
Where is vigilance?
It's on your conflict mode. You have a focus and a
right.
vigilance trait.
Okay, so I got a
I
focus
imagine
of
vigilance
4.
is kind of like a passive perception check.
Yeah.
Mm.
So look,
And I
located in the topmost tower, these rooms house the Emerald Champion and their immediate family members. A new champion is expected to leave their family behind and move in with their spouses, young children, and other dependents into these apartments and the family quarters. So up here is his office and his room.
And he doesn't have any like immediate family that stayed with him, right? No like wife and children.
No. His immediate family has his children are now samurai of their own, and they're building their lives and their families, so they've all moved away. And his wife is, I believe his wife is dead already. He was
passed
yes.
before he passed.
In
right?
fact, yes. His wife did die.
Okay.
Naturally, or that's unknown?
You have to ask
That's
some,
actually a really good question.
you're gonna have to ask some people about that.
Okay.
That's something to ask around about.
Yeah, I kind of just asked that or mentioned that question to Kage-san.
It is a good question, one that I am not I would not claim to be an expert on.
So, you guys walk to these stairs. There's a staircase here that leads up there, I believe. Hold on. Well, no, I think
stairs aren't marked in here.
yeah, stairs aren't
It's
really
somewhere.
marked. Whoops.
I kind of see it like looking up at it over there. It's like to the far right.
It looks
corner.
more like this goes. It's a stairs that goes to an attic because that looks like cobwebs up
Oh.
here.
Oh, okay.
Whereas down here are where the beds are in a closet, a wardrobe.
Okay.
So,
So the stairs are hidden away from us, as per usual.
but there are stairs going up,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
as
hard
soon as
to
we're...
get there.
and as you slide open the door,
Mm-hmm.
you notice there is a middle-aged man.
So he's like 14?
Yes,
15?
he's in the room, reading a little. The room is mostly empty.
Okay.
Yes. The man turns to see you walk in or open the door, and he gets up. He walks over. He gives you a polite bow. Samurai-san, welcome to the Emerald Champions room. May I help you? My name is So.
Ah,
He's a middle-aged man. That's his only description.
hi. We have come to see what Satsume's tragic end has left behind. We wish to know more about the man that we were perhaps at one point going to serve.
Yes, well, he is a very popular and powerful man. I was honored to be his servant. Please come in. Maybe I can tell you about him.
I would love that. As a student of history, knowing more about a man that held such power and sway over the empire is something to be remembered.
So, you and Hida Nozomi go to listen to the man's stories while Tatsuo and Inoue start looking around the room. And you guys
Okay.
notice that a lot of the things that you would mostly find in the room, they're all gone. But there are still some papers and notes lying about. They're all in rich blue ink, in elegant, graceful writing style, along with Sasume's personal mon, as well as the mon of the Emerald Champion on these.
Oh, like stamped on the papers?
Yes.
Okay.
Like he stamped them with a chop, which is it's like a
little wooden
stamp.
stamp.
Yeah, it's a little wooden stamp.
Mm-hmm. Like a little stamp of personal identification. They're still pretty
Like a
much
uncle?
used in Japan.
Like at the uncle, right? That they just
Yeah.
sign everything.
Yeah, with
That's
ink
right.
or with wax.
Yeah. Okay.
I have my own. Well, my coma does.
So you start talking to So, and is there any questions you want to talk to him specifically about? Because he'll
At
just ramble on
first,
about
I
stories.
just kind of want him to talk and loosen up with us.
Oh yeah, of course.
Get a feeling for him and
Like how
Doji
comfortable he
Setsune.
is with our presence.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, he'll give you some general stories about Satsume and, his career and some of the highlights of what he's done for the Empire and that sort of thing.
Okay. After discussing for a little while, I'll kind of start leading him on a question path, or like prod him along, talk more about like what it was like during closer and closer to the end of his life, and maybe leading up to those moments.
So he says that Satsume, he tried to keep his body as healthy as possible. But everybody succumbs to to the deterioration of old age. That said, he always took the stairs with grace. He didn't. While he had some trouble with them, there was never a time that he felt like he couldn't take those stairs on his own.
I guess I go as he's talking about the stairs. I walk over to the stairs in order to just take a look at them, see the condition of them, make sure there's no any irregularity.
We take like stomping steps, and then all of a sudden we see one of the planks go.
So,
and then like So is like sweating where he's sitting is like.
If you ever been in like a medieval castle, the stairs are highly irregular or really tight together or stuff. Not so much in Japanese castles. They're all of a regular size. They're wide enough to go up and down with ease. And they're usually wooden. So they're not made of stone or anything.
Nice and smooth,
they're
no little cracks to slip on.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I said plank. Like, imagine, like, we stomp up the stairs and then one of the planks go up.
No,
like
there's no trap.
Someone up.
Well, that's what I'm actually taking a look at to make sure that he didn't trip on anything.
So there's no traps that you can see here. The place is kept really clean. The servants do their job well.
Okay. Is there any evidence that it's been repaired, and as opposed to it just being
No,
always...
everything looks like everything's supposed to be here. It doesn't look like it's been repaired recently.
Okay.
I'll start asking about his family life.
He says that let's see here. He said he didn't keep in touch much with his family after they passed their Genpuku. He does say that he was the first person to find Satsume's body.
So was?
Yes.
Oh. It must have been tragic to have to find your master in such a compromised position.
It was a tragedy.
So he was the last to find him?
He was the first.
Oh, first.
He was the first to find him. He was the first on the scene, and
You said he was in good health. I assume then perhaps some illness had befallen him before he took the spill.
It might have been illness. It truly might have been something of that nature.
For one so rumors have it that Satsume was a skilled swordsman and quite graceful even into his old age. So I hope it was not something some unknown illness that took him.
If it was illness, he did not show any signs of it before. So it must have come on quite suddenly.
Interesting. Such a tragedy to have lost such a noble man to such a mundane.
What about you,
usual fashion?
What about you, young lady? Do you have any questions?
Oh, yes. You said you were the first to find the body. How many others would usually be here serving him?
Not many. I was the servant that took care of his quarters, making sure they were cleaned. And Ryu would help him with any assignments abroad. He would pack for him, he would move for him, those types of things. In fact, Ryu has been taking most of the things out of these quarters and delivering them to the village of Suma.
Yes, we actually met him on our journey from Suma to here.
Oh, well. He's a pleasant old man.
Yes, he is. He showed us all of the best places to camp.
I'm sure he did. He's traveled that way many times. He was born in Suma.
Oh.
Interesting. Was he here on that day as well?
Yes.
I see.
Yes, but he wasn't. He only saw the body after the magistrates had done their investigation, and then the body was put on display for the families and family and friends of Doji Satsuma Dono.
Oh, see. Did I don't remember offhand. Did the Agasha mention anything about who was the one who originally led the investigation? Was it her?
Yes.
Okay. 'Cause I was about to ask. During that time, was he receiving any other visitors?
Oh. He didn't receive visitors up here. This was his private room, and I don't know about his comings and goings other than what happened in this room.
I see.
I'm not one to gossip.
Of course not. Of course not. Thoughtless of me to have brought it up. Even, of course, he would have most likely taken any visitors in a more common area.
So,
Well,
Togashi Tatsuo Shiba Noe, what are you doing in the room?
Just investigating, looking around at anything that's left now that we know that most of it's been taken.
There's
Yes, as far as I can tell, I'm just like like sort of listening to like what's saying to Kage and Nozomi, and well, still keeping a wary eye on things, but not really knowing where exactly to look.
there is a some painted art along the wall
Ooh.
that doesn't seem to fit with the rest of the things in the room.
I guess I go over and investigate that since that's standing out like
All right, what kind of skill do you have that you want to investigate it with?
yeah, investigation isn't a skill in this one. You have to like investigate using an approach from a specific type of skill.
Exactly.
Okay.
I don't know. Aesthetics? Design?
Aesthetics would be like if you wanted to judge the image itself or the context of the
Yeah,
image or the
and
context of the
then-
author.
I doubt
is there, like,
composition
something
would be
Composition
a bit
will not work here.
history-like?
But aesthetics would work.
Design.
aesthetics. Okay.
Aesthetics, design might work.
Design would fall under.
They're both
Just-
artisan skills.
How about
Okay.
theology or tactics?
Neither of those.
Theology or
Theology's
Nothing.
like-
tactics.
How would I
I don't
assault
know.
these
Theology
paintings?
might be appropriate if it was a religious piece.
Okay, I probably aesthetics, and I'll probably.
Maybe even labor if you were talking about like who would have brought these in. If you wanted to like
And of course,
judge.
if there's something you think that's suspicious, skullduggery, of course, might be appropriate.
Okay.
Oh,
I
like
do have
checking for
a
something
skullduggery
sneaky.
trade skill.
Yeah, skulldugger it.
All right, I think I'm willing to use a little bit of my skullduggery skills and just like try to like make it seem like I'm not actually like investigating like what has gone on around the piece, but like just looking at the artwork, but making it seem like I'm looking at the artwork, but trying to figure out, okay, so this seems like it doesn't belong, so I wonder where it came from.
So
Or
make
why
a-
it's still up here.
You can make a skullduggery water check, and Inoue can make an aesthetics air check.
Air check. Okay. That sounds good to me.
You can also spend
So-
void on this before you roll.
Well, yeah, I already
As
rolled.
with any roll.
So I got 2 opportunities, a strife, and a success.
So what are you keeping? All I care about is what you're
I'm-
keeping.
I'm-
That is what he's keeping.
Yeah, that's what I'm keeping because I do have a blank die. And
Okay.
I'm like, no.
So, 2 opportunity with air.
2
Water.
opportunity with
Water.
Mhm.
Water.
And that was page 223.
38, I think.
Yes.
238.
238. All right, let's do that.
Second later.
Let's take a look. Okay, I might be on the wrong page then.
No, I'm sorry. 338. 328.
Ah.
Sorry, 328.
All righty then. Let's take a look again. Yeah.
You're such an intense monk, man.
No, this is me out of character.
Like I said.
So you don't find anything with skullduggery out of the ordinary. But with the aesthetics roll,
Yeah.
you notice that the painting that is hung here isn't in the quite right with the feng shui of the place. You think it's
Okay.
trying to cover up something. And you look under the painting, and
a man-sized
there is
hole
a
in it.
there is a switch, a depression, and you pull it, and it opens up a small closet.
A small what?
Closet.
And this is in front of everybody. I just happen to just go, huh.
Well, you're outside the room, I think, right?
Mhm.
Is this outside the room?
This is
Where
in the
you guys
room.
are talking?
Oh, it's in the room. Okay.
Yeah, it's in the room.
So all of a sudden, everyone just hears that.
And so it's like,
And you open a small closet up.
A secret closet.
The
Does he
closet
know-
contains several shelves stacked with scrolls and papers.
Okay.
Togashi, you with your opportunities, you notice that there is a dust-free spot on the shelf that
Oh.
reveals that something was taken here, probably other scrolls or papers. So, you look at these papers, and they're all handwritten notes concerning the worrisome state of the Emerald Empire, and all are in the same style as the ones found earlier in the room. So this is his handwriting.
Okay.
Also, Togashi-san, as Shiba Noe is reading the letters and finding out what the mindset of Satsume was, you find some tiny feathers.
ooh. Do I recognize those feathers, or
Oh, you
from
can
which
make a-
animal they're from?
You can make a check to determine what animal they're from.
All right,
Have
and yeah, actually, yeah, I do have survival, a rank in it.
It's not going to be survival. This is going to be labor or design.
Labor or design?
Yes, these are not
I
animals
failed.
you would find out in the wilderness.
You know what? I will spend a void point.
So this would be like design as in what you would use this thing to make with, or labor as in you would know how these things are produced.
I would know how these things are produced.
Okay, labor earth
Okay, labor earth.
to
All
recall.
right. All right. I am debating whether or not I want to spend a void on that.
Yes.
All right, I'll do the void. Then.
I don't know how many times I gotta slap you on the face with the void.
I mean, you
Void.
have 2 void points.
You're gonna go to
remaining.
sleep soon and get your void back, so don't worry about it.
Okay,
Oh,
so yeah, it's a good thing I spent my void. So let's go ahead and add one more ring to it. And son of a frog biscuit, really? Oh, so this is gonna be a bad day for my rolls.
Frog
Oh.
biscuits, huh?
Well, they certainly are feathers. It was an earth.
And
But
you know
those
that
two
they're
opportunities have to
manufactured.
be
At the very
stopped.
least, you know they're manufactured.
The feathers are manufactured.
Um,
I
just
guess
don't
you
know
can
why.
Suddenly
Pick 'em
recall
up.
an important piece of information not directly related to the task.
not directly related to the task. Okay. This is what you get. As you're looking at these feathers and you're overhearing the conversation in over there, you remember trying to ask Ryu if there were any, like, wounds on Satsume's body. And you never got a straight answer from Ryu.
Huh. Okay.
Did you find something there, Togashi-san?
Oh, see, I told you I didn't trust him.
Just like,
Just
oh yeah, like it makes sense.
so yeah, like I basically
like
relayed,
he just said, you can always scoop up those feathers.
Yes, I'll scoop up the feathers and see if we can do a proper investigation on what the heck they are. Hopefully without So's noticing of us, like, looking around in the closet.
No, you're perfectly fine to look. He doesn't seem to mind.
Like,
It doesn't seem to
just
mind.
don't take
Okay.
anything important.
He's a servant, we're samurai, and not only that, but this was an area of active investigation not very long ago.
Ah, okay.
He looks over and says, "Don't take any of the scrolls.
Okay.
What do you have there? Chicken feathers? Keep them."
Oh. All right. Like,
I
so
do.
somebody
I
sent
do feel very trusting of So now. All of a sudden, though. Call it a hunch.
with a bunch of crunch.
So do you go ask So? What do you do?
Well.
Matt, I gave you important information that you need to act on.
All right, fine. I will go ahead and ask So about the let's see, about this state of Doji Satsumi's body, like when he found him.
Well, he says that he doesn't remember everything about that, but I don't think I saw any fall related injuries on his body.
Like no bruising or anything?
Well, I didn't look his body over or anything. He was dead. But I didn't see anything. He didn't look like he hit his head or anything of that nature, no.
Okay. And I still
What's
have
that
to.
you found there?
Yeah, like well, from the look of it, feathers inside that closet. I don't know what to make of them.
Can I look over the feathers?
Sure.
Sure, I'll hand you off some of the feathers.
Is there actually a window in this room?
Yeah.
Or
There are windows up here. Definitely.
okay. I check out the windows.
Okay, you open up the wooden latch and pull it up, and yeah, you can see out over the entire castle from up here, and out over much of the landscape.
Okay.
It's a pretty
I didn't open it
impressive
up. I was
view.
just investigating the outside of it to see, because my mind was putting together. Okay, we have bird feathers. We have a scroll. Is it possible that he might have tried to send information via
I'm gonna do a design
messenger
check
bird?
for you.
Okay, so you're looking to see if, like, birds could have flown in here if the windows were open. There's not purchase up here for, like, somebody to climb up. They'd have to be
I'm not
really
talking about-
skilled if they wanted to climb
Fly,
up.
chicken, fly.
Well, I mean, like, to release like a bird that would
A
have like
messenger pigeon.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, like a-
sure.
like that.
If you wanted to release carrier pigeons here, you could definitely do this from this window.
yeah. That's what I was investigating to see if there's any evidence that birds either went through.
So you're looking
or-
for bird droppings.
bird droppings, scratch marks on the sill, little
You don't-
bits of information.
You don't find anything like that around here, no.
Okay.
Impeccably clean.
I'm gonna do.
No,
a
it's not
design.
impeccably clean. There is weathering out here from the from like rain or wind and stuff like that.
Okay.
The awning above comes out over the window, and if there are birds that are roosted up there, you couldn't tell. But no birds, from what you can tell, have been resting or perched on this windowsill.
Okay.
I'm gonna look at the feathers and use design as a
Design
measure
Earth.
to try to figure it out.
And
Designer.
and I will take a look as well to see if
Um,
they look familiar.
Of course.
I'm gonna look at it from a historical perspective, though.
And I will be using
Look away
labor
with the historical
Okay.
expert.
You
for
I
their
will
production.
I shall spend a void. Blurp.
Me too.
My void did nothing.
Mine did. Okay, so I got 2 successes and 1 opportunity.
just tell me what you.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, you're keeping all of it.
Yep.
Okay. I'll
And
wait for
I will
the
gain
void
2
point
strife,
is,
but I will also lose 3 strife. So
ring.
It's ring. Yeah. I'll wait for Crystal to make her roll.
Ooh.
Oh wow!
Oh.
Wow, y'all are really investigating these feathers like really intently.
It's the only thing we have.
Wait, are you doing it from design too? Oh, you're doing
No,
it from
labor.
I like it. We're covering both aspects. I like it.
Well, I failed. Ah!
Eat your ice cream.
I guess I will roll that exploding die.
Okay.
Yes.
Do it.
Fuck you.
Oh, it's blank.
Dang.
Okay. You both
Yeah.
you both get the same information. These are chicken feathers. Chickens are usually found while inside a castle, a hennery, which is on your map.
There is a Henry. Yeah.
We got to jump out the window.
Right here on your map.
Right here.
All the way at the bottom.
As I asked the air
Well,
spirits to let me
It
fly
suggests
down.
to me that somebody who was working in the Henry might have been up here.
That's suspicious indeed.
But nobody's mentioned that the fact that there were missing scrolls, but I suggest we hold that to ourselves right now.
But
No
here's
one
the
has,
thing,
yeah,
though.
no one's mentioned anything about that. Only the Takashi knows.
Yeah. So I probably whispered.
Private space.
Yeah, I keep that in mind about the suspiciousness of the factor that we have chicken feathers in a locked door that was hidden.
Not locked, just hidden.
Well,
Oh,
because
so
you
it
need a
was
switch, so
inside
it's
the little
technically closed.
room.
And
Maybe he had to do a
Wouldn't have been
midnight
easily
snack run.
accessible by a chicken. I'll put it that way.
my point exactly.
Well, yeah. I was thinking just based on the fact that it was on the top floor.
Well, maybe he had a midnight snack run. He had to go to the Henry, pluck out one of the chickens, stuff it into his closet until he felt hungry.
Maybe the chicken killed him.
So he had lycanthropy. And that was a midnight snack.
It was polymorphed into a chicken.
He was polymorphed. It's a D&D wizard. I knew it all along.
Of course, they used a golem as his fake body.
Okay,
He's somewhere.
At this point, I will politely excuse myself and thank So for his time. I will also offer perhaps on another day we might rejoin each other and enjoy some tea.
Oh, well, that would be very pleasant to Ikoma-sama. Over through that door, if you wish to go that direction, down the stairs, there is the Emerald offices.
I would be honored to go and
Yes.
see where he worked. I thank you for your advice and your time. So
Okay, so y'all go down the stairs and into the Emerald offices.
he comes up from behind us and clubs us over the head.
With a chicken!
Run to my
Someone
chicken
goes
steam.
dark.
Run!
It's like,
Jesus.
I made him into chicken soup. He was delicious.
Here, there are a trio of scribes that are writing out legal documents. Their movements are slow and perfect. The walls here are lined with scrolls, but nothing that pokes out of interest to you. So y'all are down here in the archives, one floor below.
Oh, these are the Emerald Archives.
Yes, which is also his offices.
I kind of would like to. So they're writing out legal stuff, and you said there's nothing particular that as far as the writing is concerned, that pops out at us.
Yeah. Does it look similarly to that of the Emerald Champions writing that I looked at?
Some of the scribes are rescribing things in their style, but one of the scribes definitely has a penchant for reproducing Satsume's distinct style, so it would appear it would be from Satsume.
Oh.
Okay.
But he only does that when he has a scroll in front of him that he is told to do that specifically for.
Okay.
So are we talking he's copying something Satsume wrote in
Yes.
Satsume's own style,
Yes.
not just like
He
switching things over
no,
to it?
he would never do that.
Okay.
That's what they would want you to think. No.
Well, yes. If there's anything untoward happening.
You pesky kids and your mangy dog too, and you see Momo pop up.
That's right. Is Momo with us? You always forget Momo.
I assume we probably left Momo in like our private quarters or something.
Who's
Yeah,
private quarters?
Momo's back at the private quarters. Their dog.
And Momo has his
Higashi's
own
room?
product.
So guys, there's really nothing in these offices as you search through them that seem pertinent to the case.
Okay.
So you begin to go down the stairs and out of the castle.
Any opportunities for us to, like, you know, be between people where we're not being listened to?
Well, you're in the tower right now, and as you're coming down, you have to stop in the audience chamber. Let me give you a little talk about the audience chamber here.
Oh, because you
Like
didn't
to
on the
talk
way
about
up.
Yes, I didn't. The audience chamber. The audience room, a small chamber for the Emerald Champions, private meetings, and other functions. That's all it says about that. But you do find Kage there.
Kagi?
Yeah, Kage.
Kaji.
Kage doesn't notice your arrival at first, as he assembles a pile of scrolls laying on the floor. Then he looks up, and you can make out a sad smile on his face, which fades as he becomes properly expressionless. Still some of the magistrate's scrolls to return to the Emerald Archives. They never seem to make it up the stairs and onto their shelves on their own. Just like their master, filled with secrets and always disappearing and reappearing somewhere else. Though, without so much painful effort.
I'll steal a peek at what the scrolls are referencing if I can before he's wrapped them up and put them in scrolls.
Alright, you can go over there and make a courtesy roll to help him pick up the scrolls.
I will definitely do that. Would that be a water check to, like...
It's going to be error because you are deceiving him. You are trying to read the
I will
scrolls.
accept that as well. That makes sense.
Can I help out with sentiment?
This is definitely a feint.
It is, definitely. Okay,
Can I help out with sentiment too?
if you want to help, do you have the skill? You can assist me in assisting him,
Yes.
and that will
What?
give you the bonus to the roll.
Yes.
What?
You can,
Okay, so which
Depends on
skill?
whether you have a skill.
Which
Courtesy.
skill? Courtesy. Oh, yes, I will help with that as
Yes, I do.
well.
Okay.
So am I
yes.
doing errors as well?
Well, no. You guys won't roll. You'll give me an extra skill die to roll and keep.
that's right.
I have a rank 2 on
It doesn't matter. As long as you have the skill, it gives me a bonus skill rank.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So here's my roll. Bloop. And I'll get to keep 4 of these.
Ooh.
Okie dokie. Well, I'll definitely keep the 4 that have things on them. Let me re-roll the 2 dice that roll.
Exploders.
1 ring, 1 skill. What will they do? They'll pay the bill.
Okay.
Oh.
So that's 4
Dang.
successes and 2 opportunities. And I will use those opportunities to make it even more subtle that I'm spying on his documents.
he does not suspect a thing. And all three of you are able to read a couple of the documents in passing as you pick them up. And they are basically correspondence with other clans. They're open cases that are currently being talked about. Requests for Emerald Magistrates that need to be sent to different places to take care of different assignments. That sort of thing. Nothing out of the ordinary here, unfortunately.
Oh well.
I will help him get them kind of pulled together, and then I will take a moment to sincerely ask Kagi. Could you tell us more about what your impression of Satsume was while he was still champion, or while he was still around?
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I spoke out of turn when I talked about that. But the truth of the matter is that he would disappear for long periods of time with no explanation other than claiming he took nightly walks along a nearby river or through the fields. You know, he often had secret visits from outsiders who were not registered in the guest logs, nor processed through the room of questioning.
Sounds like he and Toshimoko had similar tendencies then.
Oh yes, they were two of a feather.
I will jovially laugh as he says that. I get the feeling they were good friends.
Yes, which is interesting since he didn't get along with his family much.
Understandable. With such duty to hang over himself, I'm sure he was very preoccupied.
That he took very seriously.
Of course.
A lot of people disliked him for the zeal he took in his job.
I'm sure when you are the highest legal mind in the Empire, many people might see you as an enemy. Or at the very least, a rival.
Well, that is the duty of an Emerald Magistrate. And if you are here to train as one, know that you also will probably make powerful enemies.
In the pursuit of justice, I believe that is quite justified.
Justified?
Quite the pun.
An acceptable
Derek.
risk.
Quite the pun.
So,
Bard, come on, it's my job.
I believe you're coming down from the Emerald Magistrate's quarters. Did you give poor So a visit?
Hi.
Oh, I hope he didn't say
Better to
anything.
talk.
Hope he didn't say anything untowards.
Of course not. He regaled us with many tales and histories about his lord, and I was honored to be able to bear witness. As an Omodasu in training, it is my duty to remember the great histories of our empire, and Satsume is no different.
Well, you four should get going. The dinner is about to begin, and you should be there for that.
Right.
Get some food. You've had a long journey.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
We would believe so.
After all, my head is starting to ache as I'll rub the makeshift eye patch over my forehead.
Oh yes, you need your treatment.
Of course.
I thought it was my
let's
terrible
get
pun
going.
that caused it.
Thank you for your time, Kaji.
Of course. Okay. Y'all will head back to the dining room, which is dining hall. Oh, let me bring up the map. Gotta always bring up this little map so everybody knows where y'all are going. Y'all are heading. So y'all go down through the castle and to the dining hall, where all of the samurai have gathered for the evening to eat their meal.
So everybody here eats together.
Of course.
Like a
Otherwise,
family.
you'll miss your dinner.
We have to catch it ourselves. Go to the hen
Yeah.
You know.
Like
Go to
the servants
hennery.
make dinner in a batch, and you eat it there, and then you don't get dinner if you miss it. So the dining hall, I can give you a description of, hopefully.
It's Hogwarts.
Like floating candles everywhere.
Floating candles, come on.
Japanese Hogwarts. You see flame in the middle of nowhere instead of a candle.
And Oni faces on the walls.
Oh, it's floating lanterns.
The floating candles above you, always hovering, made me think that you'd get wax dripping on your head or into
Yeah.
your meal.
My food
for
is
discipline.
nothing but wax.
I'm
It's
pretty
just-
sure
it's
there's
just
a
for
spell that
It's
spell
like,
that covered that.
eat, burn, eat faster, please.
So, the dining hall, the description says, the main dining room for most of the castle's inhabitants. That's it.
It's like a ryokan where it's like, it's got tatami mats, it's got little tables in front
Little
of you.
lotte, yeah. Everybody eats there. And dinner this
Scream at
evening
servants for more noodles.
is kind of it's a bit quiet. There are still conversations happening on table to table. But mostly everybody's kind of looking over their shoulder at Agasha Sumiko, who is presiding over the meal.
Presiding.
Well, she's here eating as well, and people are very aware of that.
Ugh. Boss is here. Do not.
Everybody on your best behavior.
But there's all sorts of different samurai from different clans that are all Emerald Magistrates. And you do hear... you do overhear some people that are questioning why you four are here. And some other people answer that they're new students. And some people are raising eyebrows to that, and that you hear that they're talking about the Topaz Championship, that kind of stuff.
Ah. See that tall guy? He's big. He's dumb. It's like, oh gee, thanks.
I heard he poured tea on a plant one time.
It was a bonsai.
Don't admit that, man.
They'll think you're crazy.
Well, if you don't
Oh
do
no,
any,
they'll find out the truth.
you can do anything you want at this dinner, or you can go back to your quarters. Because after the dinner, everybody is expected to go and bed for the night. Especially you guys, you have training in the morning.
I kind of want to talk with whoever is near me in my area, just to get a gauge for how people are receiving us and like what kind of temperature there is in the castle itself.
Okay, you can talk to some other Emerald Magistrates that are here, and just tell me what clan you'd like to talk to, and that's the person who's near you. I don't mind doing
okay.
that.
Well, I assume that the nearest person to me would probably be probably a lion,
Okay.
because I'm pretty sure that no crane would sit next to me. Otherwise, I'd probably look for a crane. Unless I like rudely chose to set next to them.
What's up? How you doing?
How's
man?
it going, guys?
Arms over each shoulder.
Let's talk about clan politics, right?
All right. There is a female lion that is near you that you can talk to. Her name is Akoto Masako,
Oh, she's fine
and that's what she looks like.
and dangerous.
That's you.
So, I wish I had a better picture of her to post on the
On the chat?
chat
No.
or something like that, but I do not. They didn't
It's
make
okay.
PDFs of those, and I don't want to. And I have time to scan it in or anything, so I apologize for that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say that's why you buy a scanner,
Okay.
$150, and then you take the time for it.
I'd like to just get her gauge on the castle at this point, like the not necessarily the interconnected politics of like the clans, but the politics of the castle, how everybody kind of interacts with each other? Anything I should know about as far as like interacting with others or
Well,
minding my P's and Q's?
she says everything seems to be in flux. We're all super busy right now because of Satsume's death. I mean, Agasha-sama is pulling double duty, and because of that, we all have to pull up slack that would normally be taken care of in a much more timely and expedient manner. Not that Agasha-sama is not good at her job. She is definitely, but there's more work to be done because of that.
Of course.
She can't wait for the Emerald Championship.
I guess I walk over to
as for the politics that are going on right now, let's see. Be careful around the unicorn. They seem to have a grudge against us. There was a trade deal that went bad, and I wouldn't put it past you that they would give you a cold shoulder. They seem to blame us for the deal going south, but of course, it's because the unicorn don't understand common courtesy.
Of course. Leave it to those who have been foreign to the Empire for so long to come back and forget their manners.
Okay.
Oh,
So-
wait. No. I got that wrong.
Take it all back.
I take it all back. She says the unicorn and the crane are at odds because of this deal. It was the crane that was supposed to have a trade deal with the unicorn, and they're having problems because they blame each other. The crane says that that the unicorn don't have any manners, but the unicorn say that the crane just go back on their deals.
D.
Wait, the
That's
light.
even
hold
more
on.
interesting.
Wait a minute, this isn't right, is it? No. It says the lion and the unicorn. Hold on. Let me check something because
Cross-reference.
something's not lining up correctly in the story, and this is ticking me off now.
Ugh.
There are two things in conflict here. Huh.
To be honest, both make sense in a way.
That is weird. There's two different stories that are the same, but it's different names.
Weird.
Maybe they're both true.
Oh, I guess so. Okay. Yeah, she says the lion and the unicorn are having problems. It's the lion and the unicorn. The unicorn and the lion are threatening each other because Shinjo Alton Sanari of the unicorn recently rejected Akoma Anakazu of the lion in an arranged marriage, thus angering the lion.
Oh, so the
Oh,
lion are
okay.
angry with the unicorn because they
Yes.
refused an arranged marriage.
Yes, and the unicorn rejected the deal. So that's what's going on.
Okay.
We don't believe in arranged marriages. We believe in true love.
And of
Watch-
course,
No, they don't.
the lion and the crane are in conflict because of
course.
Toshi Rambo.
Mm-hmm.
Naturally.
Per usual.
Per usual.
Okay, you're gonna have to give me some context.
Toshiranbo is a city on the border of the Lion and the Crane lands that is hotly contested for unknown reasons. It's a pretty normal city, not very big, not very important, no real strategic value. But for some reason, they're always fighting over that city.
Yep.
They're just wanting expansion, perhaps. I don't know.
They're both like,
The
it's
Cranes
ours!
say it's for defensive purposes. The Lions say it's for defensive purposes.
I think it's
Either
for
one.
defense.
It doesn't really make a lot of sense because it doesn't serve a lot of strategic value. There are other cities that are closer to the borders that could be better staging grounds or defensive reinforcement grounds. But it is a city that trades back and forth.
If you're looking to go to Phoenix lands and invade there, Toshirambo is great. But to fight against the Crane or the Lion, it's too far north for that.
Exactly.
It's a prestigious point.
Mendokusai.
unless there's another secret mine under the city.
Shut up! Jesus, they're onto us.
He says, "Be careful." She says, "Be careful of the unicorn. Be careful of the crane."
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll also offer to play some flute for her if she is interested.
Oh, of course. Yes, definitely. Anybody else want to do anything at this dinner?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over to the Phoenix clan.
Okay.
They're all Emerald Magistrate students, correct?
No, they are Emerald Magistrates proper.
Okay.
Your students.
We're the
students,
only
okay.
students?
You're the only students. Yeah.
Okay, so
We're
they're
the
my
newbie
senpai.
buffalo.
Meant to fill out the ranks here.
Gotcha. Okay. So I walk over to the other fellow Phoenix.
They're the other fellow Phoenix. Like they're not like talking all at the same place, or they're spread out.
Chilling at the
So
same
there
table.
are Phoenix here. Your clan rep is here, and there is an Asawa that you can talk to. That's here.
I was gonna say nerds. They're all sitting together, nerds.
I guess I go over to the Isawa.
Hey,
Okay.
like the science nerds do that with each other, but so do the sports nerds.
She introduces herself as Asawa Aki.
Isawa.
She wears a golden headdress and a flowing orange kimono. So I will show you her picture.
Ah. Beautiful.
Super fancy.
Kirei. Okay.
Maybe next week I'll have their pictures ready, like a good game master.
There you go.
Um,
So I approach. I say,
she bows and says, "Oh, Shiba-san, please, join me."
"Of course. Allow me to pour you a drink." I pour for my senpai.
Notice me, senpai.
I don't believe we've met.
Oh, forgive me.
I'm-
My name is Shiba Inouye.
I know
Pleasure
it.
to make your acquaintance. Bleh.
It's strange to see a Shiba in Shugenja robes. I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a wonderful tale behind that.
Some might say impossible.
Yes, I had the skills for a Shugenja.
You notice her eyes keep wandering to your like damaged eye, and then they go back to your regular eye, like she's trying to keep correcting herself.
Yeah, it's like,
Interesting
I noticed this
story.
immediately. It's like, yes, forgive my damaged eye.
It lets me see.
She
my
says-
soul.
she says,
I'm not taking
I
offense at all.
hardly noticed.
This was due to my own stupidity. During my training, which I learned forthright. But I actually had the skills to be a Shugenja, but of course, me being Shiba, no one believed me so until I was able to help out the Elemental Master.
You work for the Elemental Masters?
Yes, that's how I was able to get through, as well as with some good wording on a friend's part.
Jealousy face.
Yeah, she kind of sizes you up and down again.
Hmm.
I wish I could have had such a powerful master.
I believe it was just I tried to use I tried to play it down where it's just.
Believe it or not, Shiba-san, I'm mostly self-taught.
I see. How did you acquire the knowledge on your own, if I may ask?
Well, I was apprenticed at a young age to my master Juriko.
Juriko?
But
Okay.
you know that the name Juriko, he was being groomed to be the next Master of Fire.
Okay.
But that didn't happen. Because Juriko died in a horrible fire.
Do I know the details of that incident?
No, not many people do.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
she says my master was Juriko, Asawa Juriko.
I
And
see.
unfortunately he died in an accident. And since then, I wasn't reassigned a master. The
I
clan, I kind of slipped through the cracks of the clan and taught myself most of the things that I didn't know. And because
see.
of my diligence and my perseverance of being self-taught, I was asked to become a magistrate here, which I excelled at greatly.
That's very fortuitous of you. Congratulations on that. I feel almost some form of guilt, as if I took a master from you by my. Forgive me for being forward, but I feel like that I feel like I stolen something that could have gone towards you.
I've never met you, Shiba-san. I don't think you
I
have any
mean,
blame.
given my situation, I felt like that my master could have been your master.
Fate is fate.
True enough. They made you a stronger person, I can tell.
I'm sure that's true. Without what happening, I wouldn't be here where I am today. I wouldn't have the powers that I have.
Indeed.
I would have the powers that someone else would have prescribed to me rather than the powers that I've earned for myself.
Now, someday I hope to see a demonstration of your power.
We could do that perhaps another day.
I would love that.
So, Togashi-san, anything you're doing at the dinner?
I'm thinking about maybe like talking with someone from the Dragon Clan and perhaps asking for like what's to be expected for the training.
There is another monk here.
Oh, see, I just imagined Tatsuo sitting there with another monk and like having drinking games.
He also has a dragon tattoo.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Let's compare tattoos.
That is him.
Nice.
Yoshi.
You have tattoos, I have tattoos, you like money, I like money. How are we not friends yet?
All right. So I will go ahead and approach him, give him a nice informal bow, and
He'll stand,
introduce
he'll say,
myself to him.
say, Togashi-san, I was wondering when you were going to come over here. Sit down. Have a drink.
I sit. All right. So I will go ahead and drink and speak with him.
So, you went to the Topaz Champion. Monks don't go to the Topaz Championship. What went on there?
Well, I was supposed to visit shrines to gain favor of the spirits, and I met some travelers along the way that was on the way to the Topaz Championship. And considering that it was the nearest destination, I thought I would travel with them and perhaps test out my own skills and.
You
See
need
how
an
far I can get
invitation to join the Topaz Championship. Are you telling me you just walked in?
Oops, I didn't know about that. It was like, wait a minute, you need invitations? Whoops.
You just walked in and then competed? You know what? What's your name? I'm Yoshi, by the way. What's your name?
My name is Tatsuo.
Tatsuo-san. That is an incredible story.
Wait till he tells you about the plant.
You just walk into the Topaz Championship, and now you're going to be an Emerald Magistrate. You know what? I would count your blessings.
How so?
There's a lot of people around here wouldn't like it if they found out that you're just waltzing your way to becoming an Emerald Magistrate. A lot of people here work long and hard. They know people. They had to know people, have relationships with people they wouldn't normally do just to get positioned here. So that story, I would throw that away, at least while you're here in this castle.
Okay.
Just some advice.
All right, I will definitely take that advice to heart. Is there anything I need to be made aware of the training, perhaps? Or whom...
You know what?
Mm-hmm.
What is... if you want to be able to pass your training, you'll have to understand this small cone. What is as old as the kami who fell, and is the thing that consumes every samurai's life?
As old as the kamis who fell and consumes the samurai.
So, you
All
understand the story of how the story of the kami who fell. Long ago, the 6 clans were founded by seven kami who fell from heaven.
Uh-huh.
And these kami had, when they fell to earth, they gained followers, and then they created the empire.
Mm-hmm.
There was a tournament involved and a guy named Onotangu. It's not important.
Yeah, so there were 6 kamis made the 6 clans, and the 7th became the emperor.
Okay. And
There were a couple more, but we don't really talk about them. Seriously, there's 2 more, but one of them is real bad, and the other one, well, he just kind of died.
You don't have to worry about that. You're confusing the issue, Tarek.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like, I have no idea how to answer that riddle.
Well,
I don't have too much of the background story committed to memory.
He says, you think about that.
All right.
So, Nozomi, what are you doing at the dinner?
Well, I was also going to ask around about training processes. How about I find a crab to talk to?
Well, there
At
is a
least they'll
crab
be
here.
straightforward with you.
Huh?
I said at least they'll be straightforward with you.
Not like a monk.
Exactly.
Yeah, something
Hiyasugi?
tells me that he's probably like pulling things around in circles with me.
Nah, the fall of the kami. What Corey said made total sense to me when he first said it. But you might need to.
Do some reading.
Yeah, I'm gonna find you a little blurb about the fall of the kami.
All right, thank you.
So Hidasugi is a baby-faced crab, but he's got big, strong arms.
Ooh.
And he has a Tetsubo as his favored weapon.
Oh, the thing in between the two things that I use the most. I'll come on over and say, do you mind if I join you?
Please, sit down.
Well, obviously I'm new here.
I'm Hidasugi.
I'm Hira Nozomi.
Yes. Fancy blade you have there. Really like it.
Well, thank you. I, earned it as runner-up of the Topaz Championship.
I noticed. That's some real talent and skill you have there.
Thank you for noticing.
I heard the crane one, though.
Yes, she did.
It's always a crane, isn't it?
It is.
Have you visited the garden yet?
I have.
Oh, it's beautiful,
It
isn't it?
is.
The views up here at this castle, some of the best in all of Rokugan. I really like it here.
I can see why.
So, this is your first day?
It is.
Lots of rumors about you guys. Not that I listen to rumors. It's just that I listen to rumors.
Sometimes they're difficult not to overhear.
Oh. Are they? Well, I wouldn't know anything about that. I don't listen to rumors, except when I listen to rumors. So, I hope you're fitting in quite nicely. I know there's a bunch of people around here who probably want to take you down a peg.
Of course. Newbies and all.
Look, just ignore concentrate on your work here. Emerald Magistrate training can be tough, so concentrate on that. You have classes in the morning and all afternoon. You can study up, and I suggest you do that. In fact, the library upstairs will help you get your mind into good shape.
All right. So, what kind of things will we be studying that are book learning?
So there's a class on law. Mia Kotsume. She's real stickler for the subject. She knows every loophole, every contradiction of law, and where the real answer lies. She's really good at that. Our investigator instructor is Hokuto. Seppin. They're all Imperials. You can't keep any secrets from him. You really, I would be surprised if anybody's lied to him and gotten away with it. And lastly, the Ruby Dojo is commanded by Shosuro Kaharu. And she's small, but don't mistake that for weakness. She'll put you on your ass.
I'll keep that in mind.
So, he'll just do general small talk with you. He'll talk about his favorite spots in the Empire, that sort of thing.
All right.
Is there anything else anybody wants to do here? Shimanoe's gone.
Oh I'm all good.
All right, y'all can go back to your quarters.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'd probably play flute until everybody was gone, and then head back to my quarters.
Everybody's goes back to your quarters to combine your information. So
All right,
we'll
so
pull
I
up the map
informed them
here,
that
and we'll bring you back to your quarters. Across the bridge, and onto that little tiny mountaintop over there.
All right, so I inform everyone that once we know that everything is nice, secure, quiet, and there are no listening ears, I inform everyone about what I saw was missing on the shelf, in that hidden closet. That there was a little spot where there was no dust on, that particular shape.
Didn't So say that Ryu was the only one who had been moving things out of the room?
Yeah, question is, would he know about that hidden compartment? So didn't seem surprised when we stumbled upon it.
Was he even paying
It's
attention?
possible.
I would not put it past him.
I suppose it's possible that Doji Setsume himself sent out something recently before his death.
But he would have probably kept it clean, wouldn't he?
If
Why
it
would
was, the way that Togashi-san describes it, the dust had not gathered there, which would say to me that this had to have been quite recent.
Corey, what was the shape of that pattern? Was
I
it
suppose
the
if
shape of a
dust
box
had
or a
settled
scroll?
on the papers, it's unlikely
It looked
he
like there
would
were
have
some
been sending them
scrolls,
out.
some folded scrolls that were put there. So it wasn't box shape. It was definitely tiered, like there were papers that were stacked there that were gone.
Okay.
It looks like that the interior closet wasn't the hidden closet wasn't cleaned often, probably because that's Sesame's private thing and the servant doesn't go in there. So yeah.
At any rate, I suggest we investigate the henhouse. Perhaps we would find more clues there.
Yeah, I would wonder why there would be hen feathers in there. Do we use hen feathers for quills?
No.
For writing quills?
No, far too small.
Yeah.
You use brushes. There's no quills.
That would
It's not.
suggest to me that somebody who might have been in the henhouse may have also
It's not
traveled
Europe.
to the room.
Well,
But who would have access to the henhouse unsuspiciously, as well as access to the Emerald Champion's quarters?
well, the Emerald
know
Champion
about-
himself.
I doubt that the Emerald Champion would make many trips to the henhouse.
But would the servants
Well,
would, and servants of servants.
Perhaps
Yeah.
somebody who prepares his meals or would prepare for travels.
Or someone packing his things.
Perhaps, though there were some documents
Ryu-
that were left undisturbed inside that.
Ryu, Shiba-san, you were not with us when we traveled first to Suma, but Ryu seemed to have quite a few documents that were rather risque while he was traveling his way to Suma.
I see.
risque.
Perhaps
You mean
either
personal?
Ryu or someone Ryu knew would have more insight.
Would you deduce that Ryu is also selling information based on?
I have no reason to suspect that he's a traitor, but perhaps he is clearing out information so that perhaps Satsume's successor would not have access to it. Or perhaps he was saving that information so that it would not cause a stir. But these are just suspicions at this point. I have no actual evidence to prove anything.
Well, just the very factor that he had information while transferring items, and it just so happens to be a scroll that's not.
What tugs my beard is that he did not He did not willfully provide such information or details when we asked him about them.
Well, given the nature of the fact that he is moving a lot of his personal items from one area to the next, I can understand his caution, especially if you guys first met that way. I mean, would you give up information to people you just met?
Specifically about my lord or
Yes.
the political ramifications of the empire? Perhaps not. But we did not ask him about those things specifically. Instead, we asked him about the circumstances surrounding his master's death. Information he seemed reticent to provide.
He was ready to provide that information?
I did not notice that he was insincere, but he did not want to speak about the information candidly.
Instead of lying, you just omit or not touch the subject in general, though.
If you would have read Bayushi's work, perhaps he himself would say the best way to lie is to omit information.
Well, I can't say that I blame him for not wanting to speak about his master's personal matters or death.
I do not blame him necessarily, but I would find it to be quite suspicious.
Game Master, would I know after going through those papers that most of those personal notes, did they all have the same tying in theme about?
He said they were about the state of the empire.
Yes. He expressed that he had regrets about these how he has some regrets about the worrisome state of the Emerald Empire, as in corruption within it.
Okay.
The state of the people that are in it can be easily corrupted at this point, and that's what he has fears of.
Okay.
That perhaps there's a lot of people nowadays than in previous time periods that wouldn't put the empire first.
Yeah. I almost feel that in some aspect.
Like in almost any political environment in nowadays.
Well, it could be said that at one point the empire was quite unified against larger threats, and since then, I mean, from a historical standpoint of Rokugan, there were times in its history, from a historical perspective, where the empire was very unified.
Yes.
There have been times where it's been more tense. There's been times where it's been less tense. I guess what the Emerald Champion was signifying was that right now is a period where there's a lot of people with mixed intentions.
Yes, exactly. There are people who put their clan first over everything. Everybody has personal grudges and vendettas, and some people straight out just don't feel that the system that we're working under is a system that is good for the empire.
Okay.
No just hierarchies. We must rise up and seize the means of production.
Oh God.
Yeah, kind of.
I guess I'm a perpetrator of that then, wanting to share the knowledge of knowledge of magics with everyone instead of just hoarding it.
So yeah, he might seeing those papers, he might take offense to your personal viewpoints. Definitely.
Yeah.
I think me and him would get along, actually. My whole vendetta against people who unjustly use their power. It'd be pretty fitting.
So, are y'all done talking for the night? You can go to bed, wake up in the morning.
I think that gives us a little clue on where to go for further investigations later, but we do have training in the morning, so I suggest we get to bed early.
So how your day is going to go is you have breakfast, training, lunch, your afternoons are free, dinner, and then you go to bed for the night.
Ah, okay.
Very regimented.
Okay, so very early morning, but we'll have a little bit of time between lunch and dinner to do what we need to do.
Exactly, in the afternoon.
And also, quick question, Corey. I think I messed up my origin story when talking with Yoshi. So, like, I'm pretty sure I did get my invitation. Is just like on the spot. I didn't remember. And I'm like,
Well, now you have a rumor about your bad attitude of just wandering. You
Jeez, you could have
started a
gone.
rumor.
Oh wait, I was invited.
So, guys, we can move on to day 2, but this is where we would normally end the game. This is 2 hours of game. We're coming on 2 hours of gameplay. Most of the time we continue after this. Is that something you want to do today? Do you want to continue the game, or are we good?
I'm intrigued. I kind of want to continue, and we also started a little bit late, so maybe.
No, we didn't. We started on time.
we can
started
we
like
can
3 minutes
though,
late.
I wouldn't mind a bit of a break though. Like so. So are you? So is anyone up for like a quick little bathroom break?
Need a bath? We can do a small break.
Okay.
We'll be back
All right.
in 10 minutes. Let me put up the. All right, we'll be back in 10 minutes, everybody.
We'll be back.
I'm sure.
Hey, welcome back, everybody, to our happy L5R game. We're looking each other up on IMDb. I have credits. Crystal has credits. We're there. You could look us up, but don't.
Don't.
Stop doxing yourselves.
I'm just gonna move to a different part of the country if you don't mind me.
Hey, we're all creative people here, except for Tarek, who is.
Yeah, I'm not.
He doesn't have anything yet.
I'm only nerd.
Hey,
Actually, I have a
Matt's
lot of
being creative
websites
enough.
that I've made.
You have a lot of websites, and
Cre-
you're a computer
and a few
programmer.
applications.
That's
I
a
made a
different
very
kind of
nice dating
creative.
website for ladies, okay? So take that.
Take that, baby. Well, let's get back to the game. You wake up in day 2, the investigation training day.
Training day number 1.
The first thing that happens is y'all all move back. Let's bring the map up here.
Breakfast time, yes?
Yes. So off to the dining hall you go.
Bacon, eggs, rice and eggs.
The dining hall is filled. The dining hall is filled with samurai, including Kagi. The talk this morning concerns Satsume's death. The Ruby Champion
really?
hasn't made an official declaration concerning the matter, which has only provided fuel for the gossip.
I would like to get in on that gossip.
All right. Would you like to make a courtesy roll to get in on the gossip?
Heck yes, I will.
Okay.
Can I
As
assist?
sociably as
Over
possible.
here.
Can I go ahead and assist since I have a very well,
You're going to
decent
assist him on getting in on the gossip. Okay. Sounds good to me.
Just listening,
Do
just
that.
like a big oaf listening. It's like
I'm going to be as charming and cordial as possible as I gather up gossip from different people.
Of course.
Devoid.
I just eavesdrop as I'm just eating my breakfast.
What's the...
Being cordial and charming is water, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, charm is water.
I am 4
Yep.
away from air.
So make your roll. Tell me what you're keeping.
Wow. Okay, I'm definitely keeping the explosive success.
By the
so-
way, everybody loses all of their fatigue and strife from yesterday because you had a good night's rest
If you had any.
Uh-huh.
and a good night's meal. So,
A good night's meal, yes.
Thank you, Spanky.
like, if you don't have one of those two, you'll keep strife. Like, if you're not full bellied and sleeping.
So I'm going to keep. I get to keep 4 of these. 1, 2, 3. I'm keeping the explosive success and its result. And then, okay. So what I'll keep is I get 4 successes, 3 opportunities, and 2 strife.
All right, 4 successes,
Pretty good.
3 opportunities.
Like,
that is
really
really,
good.
really good.
I'm good at this. This is my jammy.
Oh, I'm glad I was able to help out too.
Yeah, with your support, it makes me even more proficient.
Becomes more powerful.
It's over 9. Something.
9. It's over 9.
That would be amazing.
1,000.
Just over 9.
Squared.
To be honest, if
All
I
right.
was over 9, it would be even better of a roll. So let's not even put it that high.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm like baby Gohan
So-
right now.
On the surface, everybody's pretty sullen about the Emerald Magistrate being dead, or the Emerald Champion being dead. But when you dig a little deeper, you find out that people talk about him disappearing all the freaking time. And one of the places that people have noticed him go is a cave underneath the palace.
Okay.
On the map,
It's the hidey hole.
Tiny hole.
yes, it's here. Let me show everybody. There, yeah, click it one more time, ping it. There it is.
Hidey hole.
So you get the location of that through your rumors. Things your opportunities give you is the fact that there is a lion here from the Imperial Legions.
Oh.
Akoto Kirohage, who is part of the Imperial Legions, here to talk to the Ruby Champion about the training of the Imperial Legion, because the Ruby Champion is also in charge of that stuff.
Yeah. What was his name? Akoto what?
Kirohage.
Kirohage.
And because you made such a good roll on it, you know that he's the brother of Akoto Masako.
Oh, really? So he's the brother of an actual sitting Emerald Magistrate.
Yes.
So their family is pretty prestigious.
There be lions all around here.
Well, it's to be honest, it's not that impressive because the Lion clan as a whole make up the majority of the Imperial armies.
I'm just making an observation.
Yeah,
And one of the biggest-
notice that
One of the biggest reasons you do know he's around is because there's a huge group around talking to him. And he's making jokes and, you know,
He's Mr.
he's
Popular.
Mr. Popular.
The high school
Well-
clique begins.
I may find myself in conversation with this man at some point.
I was about to say, don't go all High School Musical on us.
Well, he can break out to songs.
My baby takes the morning train.
And he's like, and he kept flipping the coin, and he kept drinking, and he flipped the coin again, and he kept drinking, and my friend was like, "Why do you keep flipping that coin and drinking?" And he's like, "Try it," and my friend spit it out, and he said, "It's Oni piss," and everybody laughs, and
It's Oni piss.
I will not try to draw attention from him, but I will see if I can get into the conversation and just
sure,
like slightly interject myself into the conversation.
that's fine.
Just kind of be there.
He's like, he sees you and says, "Oh, Koma-san, I hadn't noticed you over there. It's good to see more lion in the Emerald Magistrates. I don't see any green colors on you, though. What are you
Still in
doing over
training.
here?"
Still in training, good fellow, and hopefully I shall be a positive representative of the Lion Clan within the the Emerald Magistrates.
I see them on there for the Bard School.
This is true.
You got
I'm
some
a
good
historian.
tales, I bet. Hmm.
Definitely do, and I can play a shakuhachi fairly well.
Fairly.
Perhaps I
well.
can regale the entire crew before the morning's breakfast is done.
You know, I don't think that's proper in the morning. Maybe tonight.
Well, tonight I was planning on telling everyone the story about how I lost my eye. As I'll point up to the scar.
I
on
will
my face.
be there, sir. I will be there.
I'm sure you'll be interested in hearing the full tale.
Well, everybody, it's been a pleasure talking to all of you, but my duty calls. So, I hope you have a good filling meal and you get back to work. I will too. Hey, Asawa-san, I'm sure that everything will work out. Don't worry about it. And he bows and he walks out.
I thought he was going to say, hey, Osawa-san, meet me in my bedroom later on. Yeah.
So, what else is going on? What are y'all doing?
I'm probably just gonna get myself
eating
ready
some
for the
breakfast.
morning's training.
Okay. Well, Tagashi-san, you were there in the middle of all of that hubbub too, because you were helping the Akoma with his courtesy. So you were right there with him. But what is the Shiba doing? What is Hida doing? You're just eating breakfast?
Yep.
Yeah, I was just eavesdropping on the conversations.
Oh, you're eavesdropping? Okay.
I was just sitting there, just eating, but keeping my ear open just
You
to
hear
listen to everyone.
mostly the conversation is around this Kiruhage guy who seems pretty popular. Nozomi, you notice Masako, Akoto Masako? She is nowhere near the conversation. She's eaten by herself. She finishes up her breakfast as quickly as possible, gets up and begins to leave.
I must live in the presence
not
of the
surprised.
obnoxious man.
All right.
She's a very
brother.
busy person.
No, it's not. It's Masako. It's the Akoto Masako.
Akoto Masako.
Yeah, it's
What's
her
that?
brother, literally.
She's
a
a lion.
Emerald
She's
Ranger.
another lion. She was talking to Kage the earlier night. And while this entire thing is happening around Akoto Kurohige, or Kurohage, Akoto Masako is as far away as possible on the other side of the room, eating alone and quickly. And she finishes and she starts to leave.
Okay.
Family tensions. Lovely.
If I had to guess, she's just annoyed by him and his popularity.
Why must my brother be so popular? Ugh.
Or obnoxious.
All right, y'all go for your first day of training.
Popular and obnoxious often go hand in hand.
Quite so.
The first day of training happens in the Court of Judgment. So you leave there and you move to the Court of Judgment.
Right near the punishment area.
We'll
Nope,
give you a
that's
small,
out here.
Oh, is that
small
out there?
description of the Court of
Oh, no, I
Judgment.
think we're in the yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay.
An outdoor courtroom located in a thickly walled Astur stone courtyard. The Court of Judgment is where justice is meted out. There, the Emerald Champion presides over only the most important trials, those involving the most flagrant and disgraceful abuses of imperial law, which makes this court the primary wellspring of Rokugan's most scandalous gossip.
Fun.
Gossip Hub.
All right. As you enter the Court of Judgment, an elegant outdoor setting, several other students, all much older than you. So there are other students here. My apologies. There are
Much
a couple.
older than us.
They are
we
much
must
older.
be getting super fast tracked.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Emerald Magistrates are really high-ranking magistrates.
Yeah. So several other
They
students,
outrank most magistrates in the Empire.
People getting paid.
all much older than you, are already here. Seppen Hokuto, Sepin Hokuto, a thin, angular man of advancing years wearing the Imperial Chrysanthemum Mon, sits beneath a small awning and beckons you to sit before him under the clear sky above. So, he says with a slow, even tone, you are to become Emerald Magistrates. We shall see.
I like this, Sepin.
Sepin Hokuto is a famous investigator and artist from Oto Sanuchi, the capital of Rokugan.
For those who don't know, Sepin are a family of the Imperial families.
Yes, they're not clanned. They serve the Emperor himself.
Oh, yay. I have the scorn of the Imperial family.
I know. I was going to get to that.
Uh-oh.
It is said that he has solved over 1,000 cases without ever leaving his library.
Damn.
Sepin are legit.
Komakage, come forward.
I bow very respectfully, and I will stand and move forward.
Tell me, how is it that you have come to the Castle of the Emerald Champion?
Well, I was invited to the Topaz Championship, as you are probably aware. Myself and some of my comrades, as I'll motion back toward Jagashi and the Hida.
Let's bring them up, please. Both
Sure.
of you, come forward.
I'll come forward.
You can fill in details of the story, please. Continue.
Well, during the proceedings of the championship, some strange situations arose that roused my own suspicions, as well as the suspicions of my comrades. Things did not add up, as one might say. It began with simple, subtle instances of instigation and violence, and rose to heights of intrigue where the lives of some of the participants were put at stake, and the honor of those participants called into question. It was through dutiful investigation and patient follow through that we were able to resolve a handful of conflicts that had arose during the championship, and were able to save the lives of those who had been previously implicated.
You seem to be dancing around the issues a lot. Is there any specifics you can talk about? Togashi-san.
Yes, sir?
Togashi Tatsuo. What were these investigations? Who were the people that you saved?
Hold on, can you repeat that? You kind of cut out.
What were these investigations about, and who were the people that you saved?
One of them was a comrade of ours that we met during our travels, who was of the Mantis clan, and apparently there was a what was the right word for it?
The other person was a crane.
The other person was a crane?
Yeah, her name was Kikita. Hold on.
It used to be
Shusui.
Riku, but I'm trying to remember, like, conspiracy.
Shusui.
That's
her name
Riku.
was Shusui.
yeah. Okay, like there was a so conspiracy involving him, where
Hitoshi. His name was Hitoshi.
yeah, Hitoshi. Like Hitoshi of the Mantis clan was struck down during the last day of the Topaz Championship, implicating Kikita Riku, where it wasn't really any fault of her own for using an actual blade, where she was supposed to use a practice weapon, and we chased down the perpetrators who switched the weapon that she was supposed to use during the duel.
That was quick thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I heard it led to the death of the previous Topaz champion.
Tragically, yes.
Yes, it did.
But you caught the perpetrator, Bayushi Sugai.
Yes.
Now, the last of you is Hida Nozomi. You are lucky to be here, young lady. That sword on your hip affords you a certain amount of courtesy. And I'm sure that Agasha Sumiko understands that. I have talked with her about your position here. And while pieces of character may be in question, there is no doubt that that sword means something, and I will respect it, if nothing else. Go sit back down.
Yes, sir.
So what does your disadvantage say? Do you get anything from it?
Basically it says adversities, re-roll 2 dice showing success or explosive success results when a flaw hinders you on a check.
So during this part of your training, that will be something that will affect you.
Yes.
Do you get a void for that?
Yes, if you fail, regain a void point.
Okay.
And I think it goes into more detail in the book, and it's only the first time per scene.
Shiba Noe, please come forward. What is your story?
I was asked by my master to gain information and learn more about the kami and the elements.
The Emerald Masters are wise. If they see that you would learn something here, I would take that to heart. So my lessons today do not only concern the importance of gathering testimonies and noticing clues, but also fitting them together. And then he relates some of his old cases, which feature conflicting testimony and subtle clues that join together like parts of a puzzle. He pauses after reviewing his last tale of a minor clan daimyo who was betrayed by someone in her immediate family, and providing clues and testimonies gathered and allows you to solve it for him. Anybody here can make a courtesy or games check.
Games?
And you can tell me how you're going to approach it.
Let's see. How would I approach that?
And the thing that we're trying to solve is, what was that again? I didn't catch that. Sorry.
His last tale concerning a minor clan daimyo who was betrayed by someone in her immediate family. He provides clues and testimonies that he gathered.
Okay.
All right.
The only approach that seems to make sense is reason.
All right, you can use
Yeah,
reason if you like.
I'd like to use the information and tie together facts in an eventful or not eventful, but yeah, like an eventful way that will incite the passions of those around me.
I don't understand what you're.
See, the only reason
You wanna tell a
why I
story
think
with it.
only reason would make sense in this case is because we don't get to ask questions or investigate or interact with whoever was there. All we have is what he told us.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, well then if that's the case, then I'll use historical analysis on it.
Okay, you're gonna use Recall Earth.
And
I was trying to use fire, but Crystal's description actually makes a lot of sense because we don't really have a lot.
Or reason.
To go on.
I'm sorry. Yeah, reason. Earth. Earth is reason. Like if you're trying to come up with a story and push that, you're basically trying to. This is my reason, and you're gonna push it on somebody, like in a forceful manner. That would be fire. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, and I was using that approach because of Fukuro Kujin's blessing.
Okay.
Trying to be inventful and come up with some interesting.
Matt.
all right, well, I will read the text and try to derive, the spiritual context from what is being said, like in those testimonies, and gain a sense of what's the right description? Like empathy? No, like
Void. If you're looking for void, you need to
Yeah.
attune, sense, enlighten, sacrifice, or subsist.
subsist.
What are you talking about? Subsist what?
No. I'm just like, okay, I don't remember the definition of subsist. I'm like, I didn't know that was one thing.
Living in harmony with the environment and finding ways to make the most out of very little without disturbing surroundings. So, attune, sense, enlighten, sacrifice, and subsist.
Well, I'm pretty sure I could sense something by reading the written word. I mean, like whenever you get written accounts on something.
Let me help you.
Okay.
Sensing is a sixth sense. That's what that means. And I know I've talked to you about this before. Sixth sense, as in you're sensing ghosts or spirits or that kind of thing.
Okay.
It feels like someone stepped on your grave. That's sense. Because we're talking about it in the context of void.
Okay, how about attuning?
Yes. You attune yourself to work. You understand the purpose of a work, and you understand the work that has appeared before you.
Okay.
That
is the approach
there
that
you
I'm
go.
going to use.
And in no way, Josh, what is
Yeah.
your approach?
I'm going to use the information. Let's see. I think I'll do, I guess, with games, as an earth check, almost like using that method to try to figure out the strategy.
You're gonna reason through it.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna
air,
be using-
if you use air,
I'm
you
gonna be
can
using a precise
analyze it
memory.
all. You can analyze it all with air if you want it. With earth, you can recall it. With fire,
Analyzes in air.
I would say
That would make
fire would be
sense,
more
too.
like innovating and trying to, or theorizing. I'm sorry. With fire, it would be
Theorize for fire.
theorizing.
That's what I'm trying to do is theorize.
What could be
I'm
the
not
best
trying-
answer?
I'm not trying to be theoretical. I'm trying to use the information and try to connect the pieces through logic rather
Through
than
logic,
through,
yeah, reason. Okay,
So
everybody
that sounds like Earth.
choose
Yeah.
either games or courtesy, which, and then make your roll.
Okay. I'm gonna go through games.
By the way, you have your disadvantage on this roll.
And I'm gonna use a void point.
Okay.
I have only one success. To
Remember, you can
reroll.
add your void point in the modifiers next to your skill.
Yeah, under
Okay.
ring, correct?
Under ring, yeah.
Just make sure to click out of the box once you're done, or else it won't
I
roll.
did that. Okay.
And this is not an addition, that's to replace that die entirely.
Oh, well, that worked out
I
well.
rolled the same thing.
Okay, here's
So
here's
now
my
I
roll. I
will-
get to re-roll 2 dice if I need to.
Okay, that's all.
Okay, I'll re-roll the opportunity and the blank die.
All right, and I will go ahead and do a courtesy roll and spend a void point.
Oh yeah.
Nice. All right, keep
I'll
on
keep that.
re-rolling. Keep on re-rolling, and I'll roll when you're done with your
Sure.
re-roll.
Okay. I'll roll next. My games, Earth.
Hold on,
with-
let me do one more re-roll.
Gotcha.
Oop. Oh, never mind. I
Nice.
need one more reroll. Bloop. Okay. So that's me. I got mine. You go ahead.
So
Okay.
he will allow each person to speak with him and tell him. He'll give everybody a Sumi kit, and you have to write down what you think the correct result is, and then you give it to him. And we'll start with Matt Tagashi Tatsuo.
Okay, I have.
What was your approach?
He has to roll. He hasn't rolled yet.
Oh, okay. We'll start with a Noe.
Go ahead and roll,
Okay.
Matt.
All right.
Shiba Noe. Josh, what was your approach? Was Earth?
It was games, Earth, with Void.
Okay.
I was
And
doing-
what's the result of your roll?
I ended up getting the explosive success with as well with strife as well as an opportunity
You got to
So-
re-roll that
blank.
explosive if you're going to keep it.
Yeah, you
Oh,
roll the explosive.
Hold on, blank explosive?
Explosive successes explode, making you roll more dice.
Boom.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so
Sorry, I thought
close.
you were talking about me. I'm like, what?
Uh,
Shiba.
okay, so I'm just re-rolling.
Yeah, you're rolling that
Just
same
roll
die.
one more die.
Okay, no ring die, right? Just
Roll
re-roll.
a ring.
Whatever
Yeah.
die. What die was the explosion
It's a
on?
ring.
What die was the explosion on?
It was on Earth.
No.
But I
what
also
kind
had
of
a void.
what kind of die was it?
Ring or skill, black or white.
All three are were ring.
Okay, then roll another
Alright.
ring die and add it to your roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
It's explosive, man. You gotta explode it.
explode! I got an opportunity.
So,
You got 2 opportunities.
just tell me how many successes. Explosives count as successes. Success, opportunity, and then record your strife. What do you got?
Wait. I was just trying to figure out what I got. Oh, say that again.
Just tell me how many successes and opportunity you got.
Okay,
Record
one
your strife on
success,
your own.
2 opportunity.
2 opportunity and one success, right?
Yeah, the explosive one,
Okay.
And 1 strife.
and 1 strife.
So the instructor says that you are close to the correct answer, but you did not get it exactly.
Okay.
Kage, what did you roll?
I have 4 successes.
4 successes. You definitely nailed the answer. Nozomi, what was your result?
I have 1 success, 1 opportunity, and 2 strife.
Well, you also weren't able to get the correct answer as well, but you were close, but he doesn't admit that you were close at all.
But you get a void point back.
But you get a void point. Yeah, you get a void point. And Togashi Tatsuo, what was your roll?
All right. I got 4 successes and 2 opportunities.
4 successes. Wait, you kept all of it?
Oh,
He's
hold
got
on. I can keep 4. Sorry. All right. My bad. Let's see. 4 successes and 1 opportunity.
4 successes, 1 opportunity. All right. You definitely solved the problem, and he gives you praise for solving this sticky wicket. He's like, you came upon the exact answer I came upon.
Sweet.
So yes, everybody, the training for investigation closes for the day. And he closes it with strong words about your new role in uncovering threats to the Empire. Lest it fall to less obvious dangers than the horrors of the Shadowlands. Even this very castle, and the people in it, are not immune to infiltration from those who would tear it down, or who would tear down the Empire. And he, as everybody gets up to leave, he will approach you 4 and says, I don't know why the Ruby Champion has you looking into Satsume's death. But don't worry. She, whatever her reasons are, whatever it is that the reason why she's keeping it silent, I'll keep it silent too, until I see reason otherwise. No one gave him any hint that he knew that what your mission was, but somehow he guessed it.
I'll just like start, just.
Good luck.
I don't know what you're saying.
Good luck.
Feign ignorance.
I like this guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust this guy.
All right. Y'all go to lunch in the afternoon.
To the foods.
Yes. After training and your midday meal. It just kind of skips over the midday meal. You all have it. It's uneventful. Unless there's something specific you want to do.
I take out my fan, cover up my mouth, and I kind of whisper over to Kage-san. The Ruby Champion did not mention that anyone else would know about our situation, and yet why would he have that information?
He is well known for having a keen eye and an ability to perceive things that most others do not. I would wager a guess that he is insightful enough to notice that it is strange for 4 young samurai to be invited to train amongst a group of elder, some very well-established samurai. That would be my first clue if I were in his position. I find it more strange that his challenge to all of us felt very similar to the situation we find ourselves embroiled in right now. Someone betrayed by their own family, perhaps may prove relevant to our own investigation.
But wouldn't that also mean that he is giving us that test possibly?
Seppen-sama may be insightful enough to have concerns of his own, but is obviously in a position of far too much power and duty to act on such suspicions without evidence.
And that's our job, is to just be evidence gatherers as opposed to actually helping resolve this matter. Then
we would be the least suspicious. We would be the least expected to have actually performed such a duty than any other samurai here, and perhaps we also have less reason not to.
You know what, Tarek, for figuring all that out, give yourself a void point.
Yay!
Because yeah, that's exactly correct.
Of course that's correct.
Teacher's pet.
I just have my suspicions. That seems to me like very,
it's obvious
very
that's
telling.
exactly why he brought up that subject.
To me, it just came off as like highly suspect. Like, why does he know this? Why is that the test for investigation?
My assumption. But that does make me feel like we should definitely pay some more attention. We found out some interesting information, me and Tatsuo, this morning. Apparently, Satsume had a penchant for disappearing quite often in this castle, and we may have a lead on where he might have been going to. Might be worth some investigation later.
Well, I feel like that in order to understand the person you're investigating, probably best to keep a like mind and follow suit. Just disappear.
Perhaps. We should decide whether we want to investigate.
I've already decided I'm going to be heading over there myself.
Well, I'm done with lunch. Does anybody feel up for a walk?
I could go for some calisthenics.
Yeah.
Yeah, perhaps.
All right, where is everybody heading?
Tagashi-san, I suggest you check out the chicken coop, the hennery. Since you're good with people and there's a lot of servants there, you could probably have a better chance of talking with them to investigate the information better. And it's not too far off from where we're headed anyhow.
I might join him
Okay.
just to make sure that nothing goes awry.
Or that I don't stumble upon my own words.
I would not
Reveal any
suggest,
secrets.
I would not suggest that Tetsuo would be poor with his words, but I can also say that if you get in over your head, it may be helpful to have somebody there nearby to help support you.
The game master's gonna involve himself real quick. Matt and Tarek, your characters are the only ones who know where the cave is. If you both go to the hennery,
Oh, good point.
yeah, one of you has to go to the hennery, the other one has to go to the cave. Or everybody goes together everywhere.
But that'd be suspicious.
We don't
If
need
everyone's
to
just went
split up. It's not
Yeah, we don't-
suspicious
we
for
don't need
four
to-
people who know each other to go for a walk together.
Yep.
That's true. Yeah, I agree. We could probably go to the hennery and to the cave together.
Yeah. Or we can, share information so in case we ever get split up, we still know that information.
Yeah. That makes sense. And I was thinking about eventually, maybe after our visit to the Henry or cave, that I would use Lord Tagashi's insight, but not quite yet. I don't feel we're quite there yet to use it.
Okay.
Where are y'all going? Which way are y'all headed?
Oh. What's this about a cave? That sounds interesting and mysterious.
Yes. Well, from what we could gather while investigating the rumors of this morning, a few individuals let slip that Doji Satsume-san, Osama, would often find himself wandering down to a cave entrance near the south of the tower. They did not speculate as to what he was doing there, but I find it quite intriguing at the very least.
I also overheard this through my eavesdropping.
Oh, I would never have suggested that you would eavesdrop as I put a fan up over my face.
Well, I already had my fan out as I was talking to you. So.
Oh, no. Yeah. But eavesdropping is looked at as like a dishonorable act in Rokugan. So my
okay.
character is poking fun.
That's just it's just something that happened that I just happened to overhear. Not
I'm all
not
for clip.
actively.
Oh my!
Lose a few honor and glory for this one.
I've got the vapors. So do we want to go to the hen house first and then to the cave, or do the cave first and then the hen house?
So Cave of Wonders or
Cave of
Rockadoodle-doo here. The cave seemed to be initially a good place to go first because that Henry is way in the far back.
Yeah.
Way in the far back.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go to the cave first and see what opportunities may present themselves.
All right, off to the cave.
The Cave of Wonder.
And boom. To the
We're
cave
there!
you go.
Come on, good old fast travel.
the cliff. Ah!
Let's see what it says about the cave.
Yep, this is a cave.
I don't think
Doesn't go anywhere.
In the
it's
beginning,
just
there was a crack, and
This-
the crack widened. Sorry.
This small, unassuming cavern, which seems to wind to an end after a few dozen yards, is a popular location for students seeking quiet isolation.
Also known as Makeout Central. No.
Come here, Tagashi-san.
no.
That's actually kind of what I was thinking. Like, this is where he comes for his secret meetings.
So, the cave has a wide entrance, but draws to a close after 30 or so feet. There are a few pipe ashes and scraps of paper on the ground, but these appear to simply be debris from students who have come here and gained a moment of solitude. Several boulders line the sides, with a large one at the end.
A large boulder at the end, you say?
I do!
Hmm.
Could
Why do
there
I feel like the heat is
possibly
like,
be a
push?
passageway here?
How would anybody know?
I wouldn't.
First,
I'll
I
ask
feel
Earth
around to see if I
spirits.
feel any air movement.
Okay, would you like to make a survival check or a skullduggery check?
A survival check sounds right up my alley.
All right. Are you surveying this?
Yes, I am.
Yes. Okay.
I will help you with that.
I don't know
Ooh,
much about survival
assistance.
or skullduggery.
Do you have
So I
survival?
Could I?
I will
offer
toil
my-
in the dirt and
Does
ashes.
the Phoenix have a survival?
I think
Oh,
everybody
I-
except
yeah.
for me has
Josh.
survival.
I have
Josh.
survival.
Josh.
I'll help.
Do you
Yeah.
have survival?
Yes.
Okay, thank
So
you.
that's a
That's important information we need to know.
skill die.
That's a skill die if they have the skill.
And you get to keep that skill die, by the way.
Ooh.
Oof.
Ooh. Ah.
So you get to keep 3,
Not bad.
or you get to keep 4. Yeah.
Sweet.
Forget that blank one.
Tell me what you get.
No,
Oh,
I
did
like.
you roll your extra skill
I'll
dice?
keep. Huh?
Did you roll your extra skill dice?
Yes. Or
I think you got
Wait,
2,
no, it-
didn't you?
it didn't roll it.
I didn't roll that extra one. Roll that troll.
Skills. Yeah, I should have another skill die.
Oh well.
Uh,
Stupid thing.
Yeah.
You pick out of the box.
That's a ring die. Yeah, there you go.
And in the middle of this cave of wonders, we found a pink starfish.
Nice.
Nice.
She found all the things.
So
Yes.
tell me, what are you
And
keeping?
there's that pink starfish
Okay.
right there, in the middle of that cave of wonders.
Don't talk about my starfish.
Dang it, Patrick!
I'll keep. Okay, that's 4 successes, 2 opportunities, and 2 strife.
All of it.
Yes.
All right. Well, how many opportunities? 2?
2. Let me see what I can do with
Water.
that. Water. I can do it efficiently, so it takes less time and materials. Or
All right.
other. That is a trait. That's not relevant. I guess I'll be quick about it.
Okay.
That's
You're
really
very
the only
efficient.
applicable thing.
Well, you can notice something that
Oh, yeah.
for 2.
Yeah,
I heard
I'll go
that
with
crack,
spotting
Josh.
an
You
extra
okay?
thing.
I'm good.
All right.
That's a sensitive mic.
You notice a small metal bar.
Where?
In the cave.
There's
That
just a
seems to
small
be-
metal bar.
That seems to be hidden in the dirt.
Okay.
Ah.
Trapdoor.
And yes, this boulder definitely is a movable thing. There does seem to be something behind it.
Ah.
And there
There's-
is a small metal bar.
There's definitely something behind this rock. And also, there's a metal bar over here. We might be able to use this as a pry bar.
Ah.
Yeah? Does that... It looks sturdy enough?
Yep.
Well, perhaps if we put our strength of arms together, we might be able to move the boulder.
Yeah.
So, it's a fitness check to move the boulder.
Who's the strongest? Do we have to ask?
I am not that.
Well, I'm rank 1 in fitness, so.
The bar is going to reduce the TN by 1.
Okay.
And y'all can all assist if you want. It's going to be a fitness check.
I'll assist, but I
I've
don't
got
have fitness,
this.
so you'll only get a ring from me.
That's fine.
The crowd's like, fitness? I'm great at that. What I do.
She flexes. Flex on him, heat us on.
It's like,
All the armor
what's
just
your-
pops off.
So Crystal, what's your rank? What's your rank on fitness?
She's got 2
3.
dice, I think.
All right, I only have 1.
3. She's got 3 fitness. She is super fit.
She can bench press it.
Well, she is the only like legit Bushi in this group, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so the bar's gonna reduce the TN by 1. And I have you all helping me.
So you'll get
That's-
one skill dive from the Tagashi, and I don't think Shiba-san. Do you have
Either
a?
you guys have fitness?
Do I
I don't
have
have-
fitness? Do
It's
I
under
have
martial.
the fitness?
It's a martial skill.
Oh, it's
Yep.
a martial skill.
Yeah, it's the first martial skill.
I
on
got
here.
0. I got nothing. I'm
Okay,
just
so
helping.
2 ring
We'll
dice.
both contribute a ring die to you.
Okay. This is gonna be a lot of dice.
Ooh.
Oh.
There's an exploder.
You're using an air approach?
Wait, why is that air?
I don't know. Why is it air? You tell me.
I didn't mean to put
Are you
air.
are you wanting to feint it? You're faking out the rock.
Like-
Just kick it off to the side.
A fire
jump
makes
up,
more
spinning.
sense trying to overwhelm the rock.
Yeah. So what's your
I thought that was
approach?
Earth to just straight up push the sucker.
Nah, that's if you wanted to withstand.
That's if you want to
the rock.
not move yourself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's re-roll that.
Well, at least we got
There
another
you go.
exploder, thankfully.
It's almost the exact same roll, but a little bit better.
So you can keep 5.
Ooh.
Alright,
Explosion!
let's roll this dude. It's an opportunity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I probably don't even need that many, but okay, I'll keep 5 successes and 3 strife.
Okay. Good news is because the TN for a fire approach is 5, but it's 4 actually because you have the bar. So if you used water, it would only be 2. Everything else was 3. Huh.
I still can't imagine an elderly man
I think
just
it's
like
'cause water-
moving.
Water is strength.
So yeah, you overwhelm the boulder by charging it. You're like, everybody
Charging it.
charge at the same time. Rock! And
I
you
was
roll
just
it-
like, that's the thing that makes the most sense to me to move a heavy thing.
I just imagine
It's
like
secretly
but
on a
it
track.
does get out of the way, especially because you got that bar in there.
like I could just imagine like that one Trinity from Kingdom Hearts 1 where like Sora, Donald, and Goofy just like ram into each other to move something to get hidden extra items like bump,
Yeah,
bump,
they go-
bleh.
Boom, boom,
So-
boom.
What you see just inside is a small candle and flint. But it also goes through a larger underground path.
Ah. I wonder how long that'll take us.
It gets dark in there, though.
That's what the candle and flint are for, obviously.
Obviously.
It's dark in
Well,
here.
So you
Shall we continue?
Dark in here.
You pick up the
take
candle?
off all your shoes.
Pick up the candle.
yeah,
Light it.
Light it. You start moving down the underground path.
Hey,
And you
Corey,
see on the ground, yes.
I will tie off my like hakama and my sleeves so that I don't gather a bunch of extra dust and dirt on myself while we go and investigate.
Okay. As you move
And I
through
would
the
suggest
underground
everybody
path,
else to do the same.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
strewn,
I gotta look good.
strewn on the ground here are papers. Probably dropped by accident during someone's passage through this tunnel.
Ah.
I pick it up.
The first thing
Oh.
you notice is that the footprints don't, or I'm sorry, that the papers don't have any footprints or other marks on them.
This was recent.
Or at least the last person who passed through is the one who dropped these.
Yeah, it's probably more accurate.
You pick them up, and they are all written in elegant blue ink.
Oh, promising.
Do I recognize the writing?
You can make a composition check.
Yes, I will.
I will help.
And I
Okay.
got nothing.
Skill.
You're analyzing. Analyzing is air.
Air, okay. And I add 1 skill point to
Yeah, because I'm helping and I do have a
US
skill.
16. Okie dokie.
Okie dokie, Mr. Smokey.
Bam. I guess I re-roll that. No, I'm only
No.
allowed to keep one.
No,
Oh.
that's opportunity and
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Success. opportunity and
All right.
success.
You definitely. This is definitely Sesame's handwriting.
Okay, and it's not the copycats.
No, it's not.
Okay, so it is.
Yes.
Ooh.
Scandalous, but we
I,
haven't arrived.
I let everyone know that like silently, just in case if they're still down here.
In
These
case who's still down here?
You never
The
know.
ghost?
Spirit.
The
the
scorpions, they crawl all over the walls.
the writing concerns his duties and meetings as an Emerald Magistrate as well as other official business. These could very well be the papers missing from Sesame's hidden closet. There are also other papers, not so mundane. They are filled with correspondence concerning the unjust nature of how Rokugan is governed, specifically about the imperial family and its fitness to rule. The handwriting on them does not match Sasume's, but it appears to be addressed to Sasume.
Is
That
there a
makes
chop?
sense.
No,
There's no signatures or anything?
nothing, no signatures on these.
It's
Okay.
clandestine.
Can I recall any handwriting when I was helping out that one?
Kaji?
Yeah, Haji. Haji.
No,
Kagi.
You have not encountered this handwriting before.
Okay, so this is new. Okay.
This is new.
Okay, I guess I'll commit to memory this particular handwriting in case if I ever come across it.
Should hold on to these papers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You think?
Yeah.
The plot thickens.
I'll put
Is
the
it
papers
secret?
in
Is
my
it
kimono
safe?
and like shuffle them down within the like layers of my kimono.
Okay.
Don't get all sweaty and gross.
No, I got thick clothes because I got traveling clothes on, so they should be fine.
Okie doke.
That's the only reason I suggested putting them there. And then, okay, do you want to search around to see if there's anything else in here? Somebody else may have access to this tunnel, or may have known to come here to leave messages. This might be a secret place to gather and send correspondence to each other.
You go down through the tunnel, and it leads out of the castle and into the wilderness.
Oh,
Into where?
The
wilderness.
wilderness, the outside world, this is a way to leave the castle.
this is quite the secret passageway.
What is the term? There's a term for this about castles having
A
a secret
Sally
exit.
port.
There you go, Sally Port. There you go.
There's a port named Sally? Where?
Yeah,
We're in it.
exactly.
I'm in you, Sally port.
Oh my.
Oh my. Okay, well, it's not like we can really rush off into the wilderness, but this confirms, in my opinion, this confirms my theory that this was a place where others may have known to come.
But mostly students only went here, but they didn't go beyond. So this.
They went to the exterior. I'm not sure that any of them knew that this was here, but perhaps people who Satsume wanted to keep in contact with did. It is interesting to me also that he would come find this place, considering it is away from prying eyes of some of the best investigators that the Empire has ever seen.
Too true. So can I survey the area to see if there's any other pieces of information, pieces of paper, anything that...
Oh, you got it all.
Got it all? Okay. On the way outside, it literally goes down and outside the mountain.
It goes down and out of the mountain, yeah.
Gotcha.
We don't want to go out this way. We want to go back the way we came, so we can
Yes.
cover our traces.
And we
Let's go
should-
check out some chickens then.
Replace the
Sounds
No
like a
boulder.
horse
plan.
stables or anything of the sort.
That's way on the other side.
So let's get out of this dusty cave and then head to the hen house. But
Yeah.
I would suggest that we dust ourselves off a bit so we don't look like we've been straight to the...
Yes.
Well, we did take a walk, so...
Okay, y'all go back to the castle. You close up the entrance again. Or
Yes.
This one
Oh, yeah.
Nozomi wanted to do.
Move
so
the boulder back.
she does that.
Evo!
And y'all head over to the hennery, which is over here.
Nice.
Nice.
And I'm still hanging off of the cliff. Why does this keep on happening?
I got you.
Think of it as training.
Yeah,
Finger training.
yeah, Togashi, all kinds of crazy training. It's fun.
Rock climber.
The hennery is a small building for raising and storing chickens, located just outside the castle wall and connected via one of the granary and storage rooms. Upon arriving here, there is an elderly man. The hennery is a small wooden structure with a sloped roof and straw scattered across the floor. Feathers twirling in the wind and around the building, and the smell of feed grain is thick. Approaching, you can hear a cacophony of clucking hens inside. The door opens and an elderly peasant emerges, bowing but appearing very happy to see you. Ah, honored samurai! I'm so happy someone is here to investigate this terrible tragedy.
Of course. Tell us more.
Yes.
I pull Kage-san back saying, how is everyone knowing? You know, like I have the fan out, obviously, but I was like, how's
He
everyone...
doesn't. I turn to you and go, he does not know. Quiet before he gets on to us.
I don't even... I'm like just flabbergasted, just like, oh, taking care of this tragedy thing.
It's taken you long enough to get here. Please come in. It happened several weeks ago.
What can you tell us?
Well, it happened right here. They were dead.
How many of
How
them?
many?
3.
I see. Show us where it happened.
Right here. There was no sign as to the cause. They were just dead.
They looked completely unharmed, but
Yes,
Dead?
that's exactly
Okay.
right. You're astute.
I assume he's talking about chickens.
You
me
can
too.
assume that.
Otherwise, he would be a lot more upset. Like, oh my god, 3 people were murdered in my hen house.
I'll go ahead and like pull out one of the feathers that I gathered from the hen compartment and ask him. So you would happen to recognize which chicken this feather belonged to?
I try to hold in my laughter.
He looks at that and
Huh?
he looks at the
You
feather and
recognize this chicken feather.
he plucks it out of your hand and he gives it a smell. He looks at it. He gives and then he says, "Nope, I haven't a clue."
He's like, it's one of
I
about
pull
a
out
third
my
of
test in
them.
my metal fan.
Where did you find
Tap it on
it?
my head like, oh.
Can I check the chicken?
Where did you-
I guess using medicine?
Where did you find it? He asked the Togashi, "Where did you find it?"
In the air?
Oh, it was in a closet somewhere, wasn't it?
Someone's taking my chicken feathers and putting it in closets? That's odd. Well, perhaps it's whoever killed my chickens.
Can I do a medicine
Yeah,
check?
you can
on
definitely do a
said
medicine
chicken?
check. Yeah. Are you
Wait.
what's your
It was
Your
several
approach.
weeks ago. The bodies aren't still here, are they?
Oh no.
I'm
was-
talking like out of character.
Oh,
for,
no,
for
the bodies aren't
Josh.
here. There are no chicken bodies here. It happened several weeks ago. But you can analyze a healthy chicken.
Yes, I'll do that.
It seems that they've been putting arsenic into the feed.
You never know.
So what is
because
your-
I mean, arsenic is
What is your
naturally
approach?
occurring inside of apples.
I'm sorry?
so-
What is your approach? Is it analyze? Is it recall? Is it reason?
I think I'm gonna analyze.
Okay, air.
Yeah,
You,
using a medicine check. Does anyone else have medicine
air.
checks?
I don't have
I
medicine, but you might be better off using something theorizing. And if you want, I can help you with that.
Yeah, theorizing sounds great too.
'Cause
Theorizing,
theorizing is
sounds excellent.
fire, and
That's-
theorizing will get you an idea of what might be going on here.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Oh,
theorizing falls under what?
Fire.
Fire?
well,
Under what?
Which skills?
Yeah.
Which
Theorizing
Medicine.
on any skill, medicine specifically. If you
Oh.
look at, if you go to the skills section on the narrative side, if you hover over the skill type at the top, like scholar skills, where it says that, just hover your cursor over it, and it'll tell you what the approaches are for that skill.
Okay, so fire medicine,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
That's to theorize, yeah, and I'll help you with that. You'll get an extra ring die.
Okay, so I get an extra ring.
Ring, ring,
Click
ring.
out, make sure that goes.
Sorry.
By the way, don't you have Fukurokujin's blessing?
No.
No.
No? Oh, okay.
No, wait, didn't we? Yeah, didn't we
Oh,
get
wait,
that?
do you? I don't know
Yeah,
what blessings you got.
Check
I
your
don't know,
distinctions
somebody's
on
got
your
that,
character
but I
sheet.
don't remember what it is.
Advantage. Look under
I mean,
advantages and
did-
disadvantages.
Down.
Hold on, didn't we stop by Ebisu's? Like,
No. We didn't get.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have
blessing.
Fukurokujin's blessing. No, he has something different.
Okay, how about this then? How about you help me on a medicine check to theorize?
Sure.
Okay, that'll give me a skill die,
Okay.
and I will get to re-roll dice on this because I'm good at theorizing things because I have Fukurokujin's blessing.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
Okay. So, bloop. I can re-roll 2 of these dice. So I'll re-roll those 2 opportunities.
Okay,
Well, 2 successes.
that's good enough.
I was about to jokingly say, and they both come out as blank dies. I'm like, yeah, I better keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't jinx it.
Tarek, what kills without leaving wounds?
Poison?
Poison. Oh, they said that they didn't find poison
Just
on the body.
Illness in general.
Poison. Yes, this sounds like poison.
Somebody might have been poisoning the chickens. Which
I
could have
can't say it
poisoned
because
him.
I don't know.
But then it would go out of the system by the time.
Depends on the type of poison.
True.
Hmm.
Mm.
Should have taken some activated charcoal. Would have cleaned it right up.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but we were. Wait a minute.
We weren't told that poison wasn't found in his system.
Yes, they did. I wrote down notes. They said they found him dead cold, no poisons, no wounds. And we were told by,
Though. Agasha-san?
believe so? Yeah,
She
we
was the
were
one who
asked.
did the investigation.
Yeah, but
Because if it was Ryu who told you that, I don't know that I would trust it. But if Agasha told you that, then I would trust it.
hmm. See, I wrote this down when we were actually meeting up
It's
with
not in there.
with Agash.
Agasha?
Yeah,
Sumiko?
yeah.
Hmm.
That's why initially, as soon as I heard poisons, like
This
That
is
makes-
disturbing, but before I would say anything in character at this point, I would say this would definitely be poison to the headmaster, and say, does anyone else frequent your hen house?
Poison. That's absurd. Who would poison chickens? Well, I guess you're correct, Samurai-san. My apologies.
I mean, it may have been accidental. We don't know for sure, but the only thing that I could tell that would cause this kind of injury to a chicken without leaving any obvious wounds would be perhaps they got into some poor feed.
We are near the granary. We can see if there's anything wrong in the granary that we get the chicken feed from.
Celia, I'm trying to throw him off the trail that we're investigating some kind of larger issue.
This is
Yeah.
Sometimes
I said Celia.
Sometimes Master Satsume would come down here and have meetings with people that he didn't want people to see.
Interesting.
Okay.
Well, Satsume has no longer been with us for quite some time now, so I assume that he had not visited in the last week or so. But this is disturbing information. We will make sure that it is reported and that that somebody keeps an eye on the situation going forward.
I appreciate that. If anything else happens, I'll be sure to contact you.
Thank you so much. My room is blah 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 located in
You're the new
house.
students. Well, I guess you'll have to cut your teeth on something, huh? This is the
Yes.
perfect opportunity, and I am thankful for your assistance. It's been weeks.
It is our honor to make sure that things are properly investigated.
We all think about the well-being of the entirety of the Emerald Magistrates and the Emerald Castle.
That's what I said. You got a good head on you.
Okay, let us go back and return to our quarters before we head for dinner tonight.
Certainly. Oh, yes, certainly. Ha!
Yes, certainly. Let's head back to our quarters.
I am no longer OG. I was into his character. I'm making so many different character voices, I'm gonna forget them all. They're gonna sound different next game.
I don't know how many times I kept
Next
on
game,
using the same voice.
She sounds like this.
Tonight, Shiro Yogasha hosts a special dinner to celebrate the Festival of Millet, a holiday that
Millet.
honors farmers and is specific to the plains of the Emerald Champion. All of the inhabitants are here, including Yogasha Sumiko. There are also a few more peasants from Takahara village who are all properly seated far off in a separate section from the samurai. The dining hall is crowded and sake started very early tonight as part of the celebration. Everybody's drinking.
Woo, cheers.
Kanpai!
So, does anybody want to talk to anybody during the night?
I'm kind of wondering
Okay, what are you wondering?
Wonder.
if any of the common folk would be privy, like, you know, if they reside close by or within the quarters of the Emerald Palace, maybe they might be, you know, talking about some of the rumors of what's going on inside the palace.
Okay, you're gonna go talk to them. That sounds great.
And I shall use Ibisu's blessing while I'm doing so.
They very much like your company.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to make a courtesy roll to get some information?
Sure, certainly.
And give
when
yourself a bonus, because I want to help out with that.
All right. Let's see. When performing a check for which the blessing of the fortune is useful, you may re-roll up to 2 dice. All right. So I shall go ahead and take. Let's see. Reason or.
Are you going to charm
Theorize.
them?
What?
Are you going to charm them?
Now, if only I had an extra ring die for that one.
You're getting assistance from me, too.
Yes.
Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Do you have the skill?
You're going over to talk
Yes,
with
I
the
do.
peasants? You're okay?
I'm
Hold
courteous.
on. What were you saying, Corey? I didn't quite catch you.
She was going over to talk with the peasants as well.
Ah.
As you go over there, the Asawa watches you walk over to where the peasants are to celebrate.
I am uncommon.
With judgy judge
I'm a
eyes.
monk. I just I go between the peasantry and the samurai. So I'm just kind of
Yeah, no one gives a damn about you. The Takashi go and walk over to talk to the peasant. No one cares. No one gives it a second look.
Yeah.
It's like
I break the mold by just going like, wait.
Not
Why
far
is
away.
the high-ranking what's-his-face going over to the
Yeah,
peasant?
what's with the Shugenja
A proper
from the
samurai.
Phoenix clan going to talk to the peasants? Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Oh. It's like, you're drawing attention, man.
Make your roll, dude. Get
Okay.
your approach and make your roll.
Okay, and I add an extra ring die for Josh's assistance.
He has courtesy, so it's an extra skill die.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. All right.
Bloop.
I am gonna re-roll the 2 blanks.
All right.
Oh.
Which
Good,
blinks?
there's 3
Yeah,
blanks
I
up
will
there.
Okay, so I will re-roll a skill die blank and a ring die blank.
Sounds good to me.
Very, very wise.
Nice.
Boss it.
Thank God for a
So you
decent
you
blessing.
get to keep 3 of those.
Yeah, I'm gonna use. I'm gonna keep the 2 successes or 3 successes with the opportunity.
Okay. 3 successes and a success with an opportunity. You got it.
Well, 3 successes total and an opportunity.
Yeah.
All right, you begin talking to the guys, and y'all are eating pork buns, and it's a wonderful time eating spicy millet? Is that good? I don't know. Am I making up a dish? Probably.
I don't know. I feel like there's probably like some millet dishes out there that people eat.
Yeah,
Maybe
definitely.
Especially
pudding.
peasants. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah.
Peasants ain't
So
getting the
they're all
filet
talking-
mignon.
What they're talking about is farming. Farming! Farms! We're so good at it! Everybody farms! Rah! Farming!
And then all of a sudden, my labor and survival ranks up by 1 by the end of the night.
And the big farming talk is that a lot of the Crane farmlands have been wiped out by a tsunami.
Ooh.
Oh.
And they're having to repair all of those rice fields because they're all toxic, full of salt water, and yeah, it's a big freaking mess.
It's a big deal. You could topple the entire Crane clan by giving that to the wrong people.
And then, like that, plus the fact that Satsume died, it's like a double punch to the Crane, and they're kind of like sassing, they're sassing the Crane over it, actually.
Oh.
And
Those yuppies sit up in their pillows and
everybody's talking about how tragedy comes in 3s and that something bad is going to happen because, or actually, the bad luck number is 4, right?
Yeah.
So they're waiting for a couple more things to happen. They see something else is going to happen,
unless you're a
and it's
Scorpion,
going
then
to humiliate the
three.
Crane, and the Crane are just going to lose all sorts of face, and that's what's going to happen.
Oy vey.
Ooh. Okay.
I think I'll keep the tsunami information
A
to
lot
myself.
of the peasants are really sad that Satsume died. And it seems like a lot of these peasants know him personally.
He's a people's person.
Yeah.
A man of the people.
Similar to Togashi-san. Pat him on the back. Just,
Some of them
What if
even
he's
say
the next Emerald champion?
some people even say that death came for him because he took company below his station so many times.
Took company.
Not like that.
after hearing that,
What?
I actually
That's more of a Toshimoku thing.
After hearing that, I actually peer over my shoulder to see if any of my Phoenix people are actually like sticking up their noses at me or like.
Oh, they're back doing their own party thing. They saw you walk over there. Now they're doing their own thing. They're not giving you a second look.
Okay.
Okay. I go to Tagashi and say, okay, I gotta get back to doing my thing. Like, you all have a good night. So I go back to
Offer them blessings from the kami.
What is Kage and Nozomi doing?
We found out some very intriguing information that I don't want to look. I don't want to look like I've come across really big investigations or anything like that, or draw more attention to myself in that regard. So I'm gonna do a lot of carousing tonight and regale people with Lion Clan stories of glory and heraldry, and tell people that I fought
how
a
you
fucking...
lost your eye.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tell people how I lost my eye to a freaking bird person.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Kirohage, like,
Build it
Kirohage
up,
puts his
little
arm
tent.
around your shoulder and says, "Yeah, you're gonna tell us some stories."
Oh yeah.
I'm
going
gonna
off.
hang out with them and have a good time.
Yeah, drink, get hammered, growl, and
Not
war
too
stories.
hammered, because we do have school in the morning.
Oh, of course. I'm not actually going to drink heavy, but I'm going to drink and make them believe that I'm getting super fun time loose and enjoying myself.
Throw your scent off their trail.
All right.
Exactly.
Throw
Word.
my scent off
I'm
their
switching the
trail.
flip.
Mm-hmm. Or throw your scent off.
However that's called.
Throw them off of my trail. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, as you're talking to people, the Tagashi knows one other thing.
Oh.
What is the perfect land set?
What's the perfect land?
What?
I gotta look these guys up real quick. Because there's one other piece of information.
Man, Togashi's just getting all the
Hopefully it's
information.
not Hopefully it's not about how the Lion Clan are at war with the Crane, and it's going to make everything worse for the people in Craneland.
He can talk to
let's
all
gloss
the
over that part.
peasants.
Nothing to see here, guys.
Those darn roaring chunkies and the squawking stockies.
I don't know what you just said, but it sounded like something from Rick and
Just-
Morty.
Yeah, I have no idea. Just more power
Because
to you.
lions tend to be chunky and cranes are very stocky or like very like skinny.
Oh yeah.
Like walk on stock legs.
All right. The perfect land sect is a sect of monks, Shinsein monks. And apparently, they're getting really big in nearby village. And a lot of some of the peasants are really great about it. But, like, that the higher ups, like samurai, do not like this sect, especially the Dragon Clan, do not like the sect of Shinsei.
Would I recognize them? Because, the monk that I know of, I wasn't particularly known.
Okay, so are they outside of the caste system? Like, are they outside of like?
Yes.
Yeah, they're monks. They're not samurai monks. They're monks of the people.
They're monk monks.
They're legit.
Some
monks.
people are talking about, helping them out. Some people say we shouldn't do that. We'll get the ire of the samurai. What you know about them is that if you chant a phrase, that you would be free from the cycle of rebirth. You have to call on Shinsei and chant a specific phrase, and you would be freed from rebirth, the cycle of rebirth. They said
Very bad to samurai.
Yeah, they said they would find enlightenment after death in the paradise they say that Shinsei had created for him.
That's like near blasphemous, by the way. Because the normal cycle, we're on a place called Ningendo, which is the like mortal realm, and like I explained to y'all before, there's Yomi, which is the realm of the honored ancestor. There's Meido, which is the realm of waiting, where you go after you die, and then you're rebirthed into the cycle again to meet your karmic destiny. So there's a whole Shinseian cycle to how the world is supposed to work. And what these priests are basically preaching is that you don't need to follow that. You don't need to follow the samurai caste or the samurai rule. You need to follow...
I apologize. The dragon are kind of indifferent to these people.
Ah.
So, like, you tolerate them, they're free to do whatever they want and find enlightenment however they want to. The Miramoto don't really like them that much, but Togashi, they're monks, and they follow the way of Shinsei. It's just their way is weird. The Phoenix hate them. That's who hates them. The Phoenix. The Phoenix will...
I'm an uncommon.
Phoenix are all about the rebirth.
The Phoenix will execute these monks to get rid of them.
Oh, so that's...
See, but here's the thing, though, because I'm an uncommon monk. I'm sorry, I'm an uncommon...
You're not a
Uncommon
monk. You're
Phoenix.
you're a priest.
So for me, it's like, okay, I talk with the kami to have all that together also kind of means like losing that power. So for me, it's just like I'm kind of conflicted internally. It's just like it's blasphemous.
See, for Matt, that might be something you might want to spend some time meditating on. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, I was thinking about using Lord Togashi's insight after we get back to our quarters.
Just a thought. Just a thought.
Yeah, I know. And I appreciate it.
Yeah, but just hearing that name is just like, crap.
Again, I just waltzed right in with the Togashi.
That's when I kind of just get up and like, well, I bless you all. Take care.
So, dinner ends. You go back to your rooms for the night.
All right, and before I get myself to sleep, I'll go ahead and use Lord Togashi's insight to help find some clues to the investigation, or find some more clues.
Okay. Make
Well, I
your
have the
Lord
opportunity.
Togashi's roll.
Find more insight into the investigation, maybe.
Yes, find more insight. So let's see. TN2 meditation void. All right.
Togashi wasn't all about just giving up the goodies. Work for them goodies.
Yeah, and considering it's the night before, like, I think I have at least one more void point that I can use, so I'll also spend an extra void on that.
By the way, where you came from, like the Togashi family has a thing called the Togashi Training Grounds, where all the monks train, and it is a fucking hellhole, and it is deliberately made to be a hellhole because you must survive that type of hard training and rigorous physical demanding training to be able to be accepted into the high house of light. So the Togashi monks are very, 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 very peculiar. Everybody thinks they're crazy because a lot of monks that go to train with them end up dying before they ever reach the high house of light.
And what is the high house of light?
That's the temple that you train at. That's where Togashi lived for ages and then supposedly died.
Woof.
So you did a survival thing like heavily.
Yeah.
I'm surprised my rank is not even higher.
It's a whole
in
thing.
survival. But man,
Basically, you have to
That's
fight through the labyrinth to get to the castle.
Exactly. And that's part of what Togashi teaches his people is you have to find your own way to enlightenment. Every monk has to fight for their wisdom. And Togashi, as far as your family is concerned, he's never died. He is still alive and still speaks to you every day, and he speaks to the clan.
Yeah.
Everybody else just thinks you're crazy, though.
I find
they can
that
think whatever they want.
The Togashi knew that every rose has its thorn. Just like every night has its dawn. Every cowboy sings a sad,
That's a
sad song.
I feel really bad because I'm just like, I don't know what you're referencing.
You don't know Guns N' Roses?
Isn't that Guns N' Roses?
Poison.
Oh, Poison. Yeah, my bad.
that song. That's just this blanket term. That song. Look it up.
All right.
Although it does sound like
Millennials.
something Guns N' Roses would sing.
That
Don't
sounds like
sing it, the
Axl.
video will be flagged. You can say the words, though. You can
It's just a musical.
make your
notes.
shugi roll. Yay!
That's a
Whoa.
good start.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and re-roll those 2
You said you were gonna have a bad
successes.
roll day.
I'm gonna keep those.
Yeah, I'm keeping those explosive successes, re-rolling them. All right, so I can keep up to 3, I believe. So let's see, I already have those 2 explosive
dice.
successes.
I love strife. That goes with that, but
Well, it's a void roll, so.
oh yeah, it's true.
No. Yeah, it only works in conflict. I looked up
Yeah.
the rule. It only
Oh,
works
yeah.
in
Bad.
Okay.
So yeah,
Alright.
you're
Well,
Your
it's
strike
the
hits.
night before. I'll sleep well.
yep.
All right.
Is there any way I can actually catch up with Asawa Aki-san? Or did she already go?
Yeah, you kind of spent all your time in with the peasants, and by the time you left,
Yeah,
Like-
that's fine.
yeah.
It's like, you blew me off for peasants?
So what's your roll result?
Gotta give my blessings.
All right. So 3 successes, and 2 opportunities,
Okay.
3 successes.
and 3 strife. Okay, because I re-rolled my explosive successes and I kept those 2 die, and one of those explosive successes gave me another success.
Yeah, but you're not gonna keep that 4th success, or are you taking the 2
You're
opportunities?
taking 2
I'm taking
opportunity.
the 2 opportunities.
Oh.
So what do you want to use your opportunity on?
Okay, so
So
let me take a
gain
look at
spiritual
my
insight into the
rule
nature of
book.
the universe and your own heart. That sounds good. That's what you're using them on. I'm just gonna go for it. Okay.
Oh, on the universe of my own heart. Okay,
So-
gotcha.
You fall into a deep meditation. And you see the walls. You are in this excuse me. In this meditation, you find yourself within Doji Satsume's quarters. And you see green liquid coming down the walls. And then the walls of the tower blow off, and you're floating in the cosmos. And you see the great wheel of rebirth. And you see it disintegrate before your eyes. And you see the silhouette of a man. And then you wake up from your meditation.
How lucid.
Like, do I recognize the silhouette? Because I know I saw
Yes,
Doji
it is definitely a
Susumi's-
man.
Huh?
Yes, it is definitely a man.
Male.
It is a male. Well, yeah.
Okay, but like, were there any articles of clothing that I recognized from seeing Doji Satsumi's spirit, or
It's,
like any?
it's a silhouette.
It's a silhouette. I'm pretty sure there are ways of identifying unique silhouettes.
It wasn't. It wasn't
They're
closed.
super
who's that
distinctive.
Pokemon?
If it was closed, it would. If it was clothed, it was like skin tight clothed. It was
Ah,
like
Like-
Leonardo da Vinci kind of silhouette. You know, like
okay. It's like,
The Vitruvian Man.
yes.
it's like we don't have any skin tight clothing. Oh God, he's naked.
Who needs clothes in the afterlife?
Yes, we're all naked here. Didn't you watch that DBZ abridged?
What,
What,
was his
like
name?
one of
King
those
Yama.
ones where
It's like, "Are
Vegeta's
you
having
King
a
Yama?"
flashback?
No, Vegeta's dead. Vegeta's
Nice.
dead, and
Cool.
Goku
Thanks.
is like being drowned under the water, and he has a vision of Vegeta, and he's like, "You've got to kill Frieza for our people," and he's totally naked, and he's like, Goku says, "Why are you naked?" It's like, "It's the afterlife. I'm a ghost. I'm supposed to be naked." He's like, "I wasn't naked. What? Down that King Yama!"
And then when he sees like what was it, like the Ginyu, like one of the guys from the Ginyu Force is like a raccoon, is like strip, and then you just hear a heavy thud.
Yeah.
Nice. And it's like, raccoon thanks you. It's like, oh god.
So you come out of your meditation,
Yeah.
sir,
Terrible.
and you can talk to the rest of your peeps.
I have no idea what to make sense of it, aside from, like, you know, maybe the green slime coming
This again.
down the freaking, like, you know, walls before everything just blowing off. It's like,
Wait.
Green slime.
Wait.
Okay,
Wait,
tell us what you
wait.
saw.
Wait.
okay. All right,
What?
so let me start from the beginning of my meditation to give you a clear story of what might have went on.
While he starts recounting, my character looks very, very disconcerted. Like, I didn't believe him when he was first talking about this bullshit. Now I'm starting to wonder. My face looks like, what the fuck?
Oof. All right.
Continue.
So,
But you'll notice that my character has a distinct shift from like complete disbelief to like, now I'm very interested in what the hell you have to say.
well, basically, I start off my meditation in Doji Satsume's like study, or like in his domain or apartment place. Anyways, and I noticed just green slime like coming from the walls before the walls were blown from around me as I was in the middle of a void, and I saw the great ring of reincarnation disintegrating, and then I just saw the silhouette of a man, and came out of my meditation, and so far as I can see, I have no idea what to take out of that.
They poisoned the wall. That's why there was no sign of poison. They poisoned the walls.
Something was poisoned.
How is my question.
The chickens. Somebody was testing it on the chickens. They had to have been. And
Like-
once they confirmed that it was deadly enough on contact and wouldn't show up in the person's system, they deployed it in his room.
Huh.
That means anything that was touched can also be poisonous. That means it could still be there? Residue?
There may be residue on the wall.
How would we go about finding it?
I don't know.
I am no
I
expert.
touched the scroll. Should I lick my hand? If I die?
I doubt that Satsume would have. I doubt that Satsume would have ingested it. Which
So
means
you think
it
it's
had
through
to have
skin
worked-
absorption?
It had to have worked through his skin.
There's
Whether or not it would stay that long,
Or you think it would have died off, but there would still leave some leftover residue. Any
I don't-
poison would leave.
I don't know. I'm not an expert.
I do
This
medicine.
sounds
so
very
I-
suspicious. Where do you get this information, Tagashi-san?
Just simply meditation and asking for help from Lord Tagashi.
Sometimes things that we don't understand.
Provides me insight to
I
whatever's
do
going
think
on.
it doesn't have to be literally the walls were poisoned. Something like that, it's already very, symbolic.
Yeah, that does.
What I
Like-
can take away from it is that maybe Doji Satsume is now out of his cycle of reincarnation, though this is only an assumption, not a definite answer.
Well, you were taking in a lot of information, and based
he is-
from what I overheard too,
If
with-
he has become a Yori, then it would make sense that he is not in Yomi. The
that
honored
makes-
ancestors are always sent to Yomi. That's what the Kitsu teach us. If he is here and he's not being summoned from the other realms, he must be some kind of wandering ghost.
Which-
Stuck.
Wouldn't want that to happen.
Well, if that is the case, then that means that he's laying it upon our shoulders then if he's free from rebirth.
This is troubling information, and I don't know if I should even believe it.
Well, if Kami exists, who's to say that
I know not about the kami. Do I look like some common priest? I'm sorry.
Dude, he is the common priest. He's trying to tell you.
I know. That's why I stopped and said sorry. And that's what my character would say. He's like,
Well,
I don't know
if
this shit.
nothing
What are you
else-
talking about? This is just nonsense to me.
If nothing else, it's clear that he's not been reborn because he's still a ghost.
Yeah.
Well, he's out of the.
And you already
cycle.
seen the things that I can do with speaking with the spirits. So,
And the Kitsu summon ancestors. It's far beyond me to judge what is possible with the aid of the spirits, but I am not so sure that simple meditation is the same as what you do or what the Kitsu do.
well, even speaking with the spirits, your mind has to be in a particular place to do so. Who's to say that meditation is no different?
I have never meditated and heard insights from the ancestors.
Have you ever tried to reach out to one?
I have attempted to call upon the insights and wisdom of Ikoma. All I have ever gotten is more scrolls.
And how do you know that that's not somehow connected?
He wrote them. That's how. I read his writings.
You actively searched.
Of course.
And how led you to that search?
My
This is, of course, a
family-
whole nother
my
topic
dad.
that we can be, because we got to focus on, but we can talk about this at a later date. Because we got.
Look, perhaps I should have a night's sleep and think about this.
Yeah.
It is troubling news nonetheless, regardless of whether he was poisoned through the walls or not. It makes me far
Poison-
more suspicious of who might have been involved.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh,
Perhaps
I may-
perhaps there might be a way to test whether the walls, at least in a particular place, have been poisoned. Or at least if the poison there is still active.
Okay.
Well,
Have so lick all the walls.
Who?
lick him!
Oh,
Lick him! You dirty peasant, lick him!
Um,
Uh,
we might
what-
be able to find some sort of animal, preferably a pest like a rat.
The Momo goes, oh? Oh?
I
And
just scratched the top of Momo's head.
I go.
just rub it on the walls.
hold on.
What are you suggesting, heckin' friend?
Hold on. Like now that I think about it, like I'm pretty sure I still have those feathers on hand. Maybe the feathers came into contact with that toxin, and maybe Momo can sniff that out. Might be possible.
It is beyond me.
But you've been
Sign?
touching those feathers and haven't been
I would
harmed.
like to do some
It was
research
all
in the
work.
library.
Yeah. Oops.
What about
Like,
the skull?
you have 48 hours to find the
Corey?
antidote. Run.
Corey,
Oji was like licking them and like doing all sorts of things.
yeah, OG the next
Yeah.
day is gonna be dead in his chicken coop.
I have no clue where this came from. Just
It's
The
like,
henhouse
go,
guy.
Corey,
the reason of
24
death
hours
is
and check
Holding
up
it
on
up to
them.
the light.
Corey, I have a passion for history, and because of that, I know for certain if I can find information on a specific topic and where best to find that information.
There's a library.
There is a library
Yes.
here. Would that library have information, since we're in an Emerald Magistrate's castle, on poisons?
It might definitely.
Okay,
Ooh.
then I plan to go. I will say to everybody else, I plan to go and research this in the library tomorrow
I
and
will
see
join
what
you.
kind of information I can find.
All
I
right.
would love to join you.
Very,
So-
very useful information.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
everybody will start doing their poisons investigation. But for now, we're going to have to end the game here. Day 3 starts in 1 week.
Ah, The scent is
days
getting
are so slow.
delicious. I'm
They
getting
are
hooked,
days.
Corey. I'm getting hooked.
Okay, so if you're watching out there, thanks for watching. Click to subscribe and all that good stuff. Click the like button, and we'll be back next week. For Matt, Josh, Tarek, and Crystal, I'm Corey, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
You guys